It's time. It is time for us to go to Wrestlemania. We're just a few weeks away. The excitement is sky high. Cannot wait until we get to the biggest stage of them all, that is Wrestlemania. Super excited about it, and I can see everybody is just as excited. It's good to see everybody over here. I hope everybody's doing well. I can see we got the heels of YouTube Wrestling. Good to see you, brother. We got Ricky in the house. We got my brother Gary in the house. We got everybody, Mr. Singh, Jonathan, all of you. It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well, and that's right. Lateness is greatness. I guess you're right, Jonathan. I guess you're right. You're always right. But yeah, right now we're watching Monday Night Raw. Again, they're starting off with a very nice and brief recap. They're taking us back to Royal Rumble, and they're running us down the entire thing, whatever happened between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn and Jay and Jimmy Uso, all that stuff. They're going down the memory line, and that is how they chose to start off tonight's show. Now, this is what I said, last week as well when we were watching Friday Night SmackDown. I said that any show that starts with a very nice and brief recap, it gives me a weird feeling because that tells me that they probably don't have enough content for the show, which is why they're starting off with such a brief recap of it. So hopefully, it's not going to be the case tonight. Hopefully tonight's show will be good. I've been very disappointed with SmackDown already. Last Friday was just not great. So hopefully tonight will be better. Tonight will be lovely. And that's right, we got Jonathan saying, good morning, Mr. Singh. Big up to you, my brother Jonathan. Good morning. Good evening to you. Good to see you. That's right, morning here, evening there. We're so far away, but we're so close. Thanks to wrestling, thanks to our family. My brother James in the house. I love that. Hello right there, James. I love it. Good to see you. And we got Mustafa in the house. Good to see you, brother. He says, hi guys, how are you? I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful, Mustafa. Hope you're doing well. With that being said, we are kicking off Monday Night Raw, and they still have the Raw bot around. I mean, I did not think, when this thing first made its debut, I had no idea that this thing would actually last as long as it did, because this thing really did last long. And speaking of that, quite interesting. We are starting off the show on a high note, it seems. We're not starting off with some random match as we did last week. Instead, holy crap, we're starting off with the Usos. Quite interesting. It seems like, Jay's still not calling him back. Jimmy Uso is coming out here all by himself, obviously, along with Solo Sikoa, but no Jay Uso right here. So Jay possibly, or from the looks of it, has not been calling Jimmy back, which, is sad, is unfortunate. That's right. We got True in the house. Good to see you, brother True. Good to see you. Morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. I love that. That's right. We got a global family right here. Different time zones going on at the same time. Love that, True. Good evening, brother. Clay, good to see you. Clay says birthday's on March 3rd. That's awesome. 23 years old. That's 23 years of greatness, Clay. That's awesome. Congratulations. And Ricky says it's going to be a busy week in wrestling, absolutely. And it's going to be coming to, end with a big one. This weekend is going to be a big one because this weekend is Revolution. It's going to be a revolutionary weekend. Cannot wait for the Iron Man match. A lot of exciting matches happening this weekend, thanks to AEW. So looking forward to it, Ricky. Absolutely am. Let's see what Jimmy has to say here. I see Jimmy right here is being a representative of the bloodline. Isn't that great? Yep. Alright. So as we see right here, Jimmy Uso is being a nice representative of the bloodline. Alright, so Jimmy Uso right here is trying to explain, right? He's saying nothing's wrong with the bloodline is still a thing, and he says that families, they fight all the time. If you come from a family, you know exactly what he's talking about, is what Jimmy Uso is basically trying to say, even though it looks like there's a lot wrong that's happening right here between our family, everything's fine, everything's great, and I think that's what we need to know about AEW Dark was good this evening, says James. That's great, brother. Now, I couldn't watch it, two reasons. One, I was sleeping, It's only about 6:30 a.m. right now, so... And second, they don't have AEW Dark available in India anymore on YouTube, so... But yeah, the first one is the major point. I was sleeping. But I'll catch it up later on, James. I'll catch up. Wow. Alright, Jimmy Uso right here talking about Cody Rhodes. And of course, the fans are erupting. They're chanting for Cody. Everybody loves Cody, and it's so visible. The fans, as soon as they hear the name Cody, they go wild. They go crazy. There you go. Wow. So is Cody also going to open the show with Jimmy Uso, or is Jimmy Uso going to be the only one talking in this opening segment? Let's see. We got Andy in the house. Good to see you, Andy. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, my brother. AJ have you got the tea yet? I have. I've got a very big cup of tea. I don't know if you guys can possibly see it. I've got a very good big cup of tea. Filled to the brim, excited, ready for the show. Let's see. Oh. Alright, so not the kind of an opening that I was anticipating, honestly. The Street Profits opening the show? I guess that's an interesting one. Not sure if they have any business here. Maybe we're going to get a tag team main event. The Street Profits versus Uso and Solo Sikoa, maybe, is what we're going to be getting. I cannot say that I'm super excited about it. I'm not the biggest Street Profit fan, but I guess this is what we're going to be getting. Street Profits coming out now is what's happening, guys. That's right. So, yep. They're going to be running their mouths for a little bit. We got Jonathan saying, very cold and wet here. Oh, it's cold and wet. I see. Well, it's very hot and humid here already, We've already got the fans working. I'm pretty sure in a week or two, we're going to be getting the air conditioning working as well. We just need that. It's getting quite hot right now. Yep. Wait. So, Street Profits right here are up, obviously they're mocking the Usos, they're mocking Jey Uso, but also promoting WWE 2K23 coming out in a way, talking about Jey Uso's rating in the video game, but they're calling him out, from the crowd, from the back, but of course Jey Uso is not the one who's going to be answering their calls, because apparently he's not in attendance tonight. We got Mustafa says, I'm playing Rogue Company on my channel. Alright, that's sweet, brother. Okay, it's cold and hot here, says Andy. Cold and hot is interesting, Andy. How does that work? Let me know. And join Bojits on Discord call. That's right, guys. If you guys are on Discord, make sure to join Bojits right on there. Love it. And let's see. 23 must be nice. Love that young again. 41 sucks, says James. Come on, brother. You're not getting older. You guys are getting wiser. We're all getting wiser and better with the years. That's it. That's it, brother. And Grandmaster says, oh my gosh, we got Grandmaster in the house. We got Grandmaster in the house. Good to see you. It's been a long while. It's great to see you, Grandmaster. Welcome, welcome. But of course, we're starting off the show here on a note. I'm not going to say on a high note, on a note, right? We're starting off with the Usos and the Street Profits now. They're brawling out. They're trying to... Yeah, I guess we already have somewhat of a tag team main event at our hands here. I think we're going to be getting the Street Profits versus the Usos in the main event of the night. And of course, by Usos, I mean Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, not Jey Uso. Jey Uso is not in the house. But of course, as you can see, Solo and Jimmy, they do not look happy as they have been tossed out of the ring. Yep, they do not look happy at all. But I guess we do have a match in our hands. It's going to be the Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso versus the Street Profits, either the main event or the first match. That we will find out. But right now, we go to the first commercial of the night. That's right, it is time for the first commercial of the night. And, yeah, not a fan, but alright. Mustafa says, I'm gonna be back. Alright, brother, alright. It's good to see Miss Carr. Welcome. And Jonathan says, well, he would say that he's not going to come out and say there's a problem. It could be a bluff. Well, that did not happen. We instead got Street Profits. So, what do you feel about the opening to the show? You know, Street Profits, Jimmy and Solo. Is it enough? Is it a good enough opening for tonight? You know, we're on the road to WrestleMania, just a couple weeks away now. Is this an opening that satisfies you? You know, just a few weeks shy of WrestleMania. Let me know. And Andy says, hey AJ, I found a dear friend of mine, wrestler at. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that, Andy. That's terrible news, brother. I'm so sorry. My condolences. That's terrible. And do you take milk and sugar in your tea? Jonathan, great question. So, you know, I do. Yeah, I do take my milk with my tea, but no sugar. And I know a few people just get grossed out at the idea of milk and tea together, but that's just how we roll in India. You know, I know even, like, when I was new in America at Starbucks, right, I used to get my coffee and I used to add milk to it. But then later on, I was just used to it without milk. And I can still do without milk here. But, you know, our tea, the Indian chai, is made with tea and milk together. But I don't take sugar. Like, I've cut sugar from everything. I don't take, you know, caffeine. I don't take any of your sodas, sugar. I've cut all of it off for years now. So no sugar in my tea. But, yeah, a lot of spices. You know, tea, of course. There's milk. Yeah. Just some good old Indian chai, Jonathan. That's it. And stay cool, AJ, for weather. I know, Ricky. That's right. If it's gonna end up 3 on, I know. Yeah. So that did not happen. So 2-on-2, Gary. A 2-on-2, and that's the match that I guess we're gonna get tonight. Grandmaster says, I am the biggest Street Profits fan, to be honest. Grandmaster, I was never a Street Profits fan. I used to despise the Street Profits for years and years. But I guess they've kind of grown on me where I can, you know, I'm okay with them. I don't have a big problem with them. I believe that solo, you know, when they're riding solo, they're even better than when they're a team. They're okay. I don't have a problem with them, but I'm with you now, Grandmaster. I'm just okay with them, you know. Yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan either. And Andy says, it's cold in the morning for most of the day. Then mid-afternoon, it's hot now. It's in the evening, it's cool now. I see, yeah. So over here, it's hot, right? You talk about the mornings. Mornings are a little bit chilly, of course. But the evenings, the nights, it gets hot. Yeah, very, very quickly. And it's funny because it's only February, so it got hot very quickly this year. Very quickly. All right, with that being said, okay, well, we're getting it. We are already here. We're back from the commercial, and this is the first match that we're gonna be getting tonight. It is actually the Street Profits versus Jimmy and Solo Sikoa. It is the opening match of the night tonight. I cannot say that I'm very happy with it. I guess it's better than having this match as the main event, because nothing makes me more upset than the thought of having a very weak match at the main event. You know, when I already know that the main event is going to be a stupid tag team match or a weak match, I just want to quit watching the show already, because what's the point if the last match, if the main event of the night is so weak? So, you know, in a way I'm okay since it's only the first match, only the opening match. I guess I'm fine, but let's see what happens. Let's see. Alright, James says, we have had so much rain this winter here in West Virginia. I need to... Oh, really? That's awesome. I love it. You know, talk about rain. But it's kind of funny because rain in winters, it's interesting. But yeah, I mean, you know, I love the rain. I love the snow. I just love the extreme weathers, you know. Not the hot, though. I cannot tolerate summers. I cannot tolerate heat. I'm allergic to heat, actually, so... It's interesting, you know, it's interesting. Alright, with that being said, Montez Ford goes for a cover on Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa with a kick out. Do you like caramel in your hot chocolate? You know, I've never tried, actually, hot chocolate with caramel. I don't think so, James. Would you recommend for me to try it? Let me know. Let me know. UK is just cold all day around. I love that, Grandmaster. That's how I want to roll, you know. Cold all day, every day, and I'll be a very happy guy. I mean... I'm a winter kind of a guy, you know, obviously. Jimmy again going for the cover. Now Montez Ford. Oh dear. Kicking out right there. And Ricky says, me too, AJ. I hate the hot weather. I love cold and rain. That's awesome. You know, we're a rare species, Ricky. You know, you don't find a lot of people like us who love the rain, who love the cold. It's very rare to find that combination. So that's awesome, Ricky. That's awesome. Very rare. We are very, very rare. Adam Winder's kids are left with his wife, who's the daughter of wrestler Chris Adams. Oh dear. That's terrible. That is terrible, Andy. That's terrible. Is there like do they have like a GoFundMe or anything that's set up, you know, to support the family? That is very horrible. Sorry to hear that, Andy. Alright, so it's the Street Profits now working together. Nice. Taking out Jimmy Uso. Jimmy in trouble. Solo Sikoa standing right there in the corner, waiting for Jimmy to make the tag. Wow. Right, Jimmy trying to get away here. Big uppercut. Sweet. I think this could be his moment. This could be his chance to go and make the tag. Is he going to do it? No, headlock locked in, real sweet. Alright, also we see right there towards the bottom right corner of the screen, it says, will Brock Lesnar show up to accept Omos's WrestleMania challenge? I'm pretty sure he will, you know, I mean, he's got to do it because Omos has started off his storyline, you know, there's no way that Brock Lesnar does not show up, or even if he does not show up tonight, he will show up eventually and will accept the challenge. It's happening. But it just kind of makes me upset that we're getting Brock versus Omos. Omos, whose push has been kind of weird, right? He was on TV, he was off TV, with MVP, without MVP. I mean, it's been a little bit weird, let's be honest. You know, you're gonna give us Brock versus Omos and not Brock versus Gunther. It makes very little sense to me. I mean, I've got a feeling that this has to be a Vince McMahon idea to give us Brock versus Omos. I mean, if you really want to solidify Gunther as the guy, right, the next guy, the next big thing, just have him defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and that just does everything, right? That just gives us the monster that Gunther will prove to be. But having Omos versus Brock at WrestleMania, I'm pretty sure Brock is gonna F5 Omos or suplex Omos, and that's gonna make all the casual fans that are sitting in the arena at WrestleMania, it's gonna make them pop. It's going to get a big pop out of them at the event, and I guess that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that big pop, and that's it. It's just going to be it's just going to be one of those entertaining matches and nothing else, nothing more to it. I don't believe that the torch will be passed. I don't think that Omos is the guy who's going to beat Brock Lesnar. It's not going to happen. I think it's just going to be a match that's going to be there for the pop. That's it. And I hate matches like that because it does nothing for the competitors. It does nothing at all. So Omos will pick up the loss and Brock will win. And we'll just keep moving forward in the same way, you know, just like we have for years and years now, with the same old Brock Lesnar winning, you know, not passing the torch, I guess, and that's it. So yeah, I'm not excited about the idea of Omos versus Brock because I feel like it's a match just for the pops. That's it. Andy says Stone Cold Steve Austin is the godfather of Adam Windsor. Wow. Yep, and Richard says, what's up, AJ? My brother Richard, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And quite an interesting start to Monday Night Raw. We already have 2 commercials here, so interesting, right? 20 minutes and 2 commercials is quite interesting, quite a record. All right, so 20 minutes and 2 commercials. We got 1 segment. We're still on the first match. Basically, the first 30 minutes of the show taken up by the Usos and the Street Profits. All right. And let's see, Andy says, we should have had Brock versus Gunther. Yes, it's Vince McMahon prints all over it. Yeah, you know, Vince McMahon is notoriously famous for not listening to the fans. You know, he's famous for, you know, booking matches that fans do not want to see, you know, instead of the matches that fans do want to see, and it's out there, it's so visible. So I believe, I'm with you, Andy, I do believe as well that it's got Vince McMahon's fingerprints all over the booking. I'm with you, Andy. And Grandmaster says, Brock versus the Ring General should be the next match. And the Ring General should squash, exactly, right? I mean, I don't think that I've wanted any wrestler to squash Brock Lesnar quite like this one. Like, I believe the Ring General Gunther versus Brock. Gunther just absolutely destroying Brock Lesnar. You know how this guy Goldberg did it, right? I mean, he just shocked everybody by pinning Brock Lesnar clean 1, 2, 3. That did nothing. That was not helpful. Literally, the worst thing ever. I mean, what did you do, what did you get out of it? You did not pass any torches. Goldberg is not around. What was the point of it? Have somebody else. Have a future star do it. Have a future star like Gunther, not just pin him quickly, but destroy him. Destroy him to the point that he cannot get up to his feet anymore, and then pin him clean. That's what we want to see, and I believe that will skyrocket Gunther's career like nothing else. It should happen. I totally agree with you, Grandmaster. Once again, we're back from the commercial, and this time, it seems like Solo Sikoa has got the upper hand. That's right, he is definitely looking like he's in control right now. Yep. Gotta love that. That's right. Solo definitely in control. Isn't that great? Right, the Bloodline, I believe the Bloodline is definitely going strong. Good for him, good for him. And also, as you can see right here, guys, the top right of the corner, right? We can't show copyrighted stuff, but what we can do is show you stills from the show. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be showing you stills from the show as we keep talking about it. Right now, as you can see, Solo Sikoa in control. And the Street Profits not doing too well at the moment. All right. And Toads, good to see you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. What match happened? So right now, basically, we started off the show with Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso coming out, and Jimmy telling the fans that everything is fine. The Bloodline is still strong. Every family has some problems, all that stuff. The Street Profits interfere them very rudely, and that's how we get the first match of the night. It is the Street Profits versus Jimmy and Solo Sikoa, and right now it seems like the tables have turned, and the Street Profits are now in control. Jimmy Uso is looking like he's in serious trouble, so that's what's happening right now. That is right. And once again, Totes, it's good to see you, brother. You're awesome. Good to see you. All right, once again, going for the cover on Jimmy, but Jimmy, of course, with the kick out. But still, what's happening right now is that Jimmy is in trouble. The Street Profits very much in control. That's what's going on right now. My phone died. I have to be on my poor Kenneth. Oh my God. All right, Kenneth. You're still a heel. I see that. Now, whenever you're Kenneth, I feel like you're super face, super nice, super kind, Kenneth. That's right. Brock, once again, Toads, welcome. And Brock vs. and Omos will never happen at WrestleMania. My opinion, this is a setup for something else. Maybe returning of the Hurt Business, says James. Alright, so that's an angle that I did not think about, James. That's awesome. I kind of agree with that, and I want to believe that's the case, James, because two reasons, right? I don't want to see Brock and Omos at WrestleMania. I don't believe that it's a match that deserves to be on the Mania card. Secondly, I agree with you because, if you talk about the Hurt Business, basically, before Omos stepped in, MVP was with Bobby Lashley, obviously, and of course, the other two guys, Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin. We've been seeing MVP hanging around those boys, for the past few weeks, and all of a sudden, Omos shows up, and now MVP is partnered with him. So I believe that this could actually lead to maybe Bobby Lashley replacing I don't even know. But again, if you talk about the Hurt Business coming together, and Bobby Lashley possibly going after Brock instead of Omos, still that doesn't really add up, because Bobby is apparently going to be fighting Bray Wyatt at Mania. So I don't know, James, a little bit of tricky slope here. I don't see Bobby Lashley fighting Brock because obviously he's busy with Bray now for some reason. Makes no sense. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to see Omos versus Brock at Mania. That's for sure. That is for sure. Anyways, let's see what else do we have here. Richard says, hey Andy, how are you doing? I love that, love it. And Goldberg is overrated, says Andy. And truer words have never been said, Andy. You're right, Goldberg is overrated. I mean, all the time invested into him, all the big victories that he got, all the stuff that they did for him, just for a short, little, sweet run, I guess. So, what was the point of it? It did not make any sense to me. And yeah, I agree. Goldberg is super duper overrated. With that being said, it is time. It's over. I guess Solo Sikoa picks up the big victory. That's right, he picks up the big victory for his team. That gets the Bloodline a big one here. The Bloodline opening the show and winning it. Love that, love that. I guess the Bloodline is still going strong. Jimmy Uso was right, apparently, that every family has problems, but that doesn't mean that the family is not a family anymore. That being said, the Bloodline indeed picking up a big one. Alright, let's see what else do we have here. Ricky says, AJ, you saw Jake Paul boxing fight. Jake Paul lost his first boxing fight. Blame Drake for his loss. Wait, really? Well, I feel bad for him, said nobody ever. I couldn't care less what the Paul brothers do in real life outside of wrestling. I just can't tolerate this too. But wow, for Jake to lose his first fight, that's going to be a big loss to his ego, right? That's going to do a big damage to his ego, which I believe is a good thing, definitely. These two are very big egos. And with that being said, Kevin Owens out of the... What the hell just happened here? Kevin Owens just shows up out of the blue. Did not see that coming. Wow. I guess Kevin Owens is still fighting the Bloodline. He's doing it all by himself. He's doing it on his own terms, but he's still fighting the Bloodline. And Solo Sikoa, of course, he grabs a steel chair and he goes after Owens before Owens just makes it out of the ring very quickly to the stage, to safety. But one thing's for sure, Kevin Owens is still fighting his own fight. And again, all of this is just leading towards this tag team match where we're going to be getting, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at WrestleMania for the Tag Team Championship. I mean, all the roads are definitely, without a doubt, leading to that. That's for sure. That is indeed for sure. Let's see what else do we have here. We got Bojets in the house. Good to see you, brother Bojets. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. And Ricky says, hey, once again, Ricky, the Jake Paul stuff, I feel a massive damage to his ego for sure, but yeah, good for him, I guess. And once again, let's see. Andy says, I've never cared about Goldberg. There you go, Andy. I love that. Oh, wow. MVP. Oh, come on. Alright, so basically they're giving us the clip from last week where MVP issued the challenge to Brock Lesnar, just daring him that if you've got the... Wait a second, wait a second, holy crap, are you kidding me? So... I've got to say, I'm not mad. I'm not mad anymore because they're actually starting off the show on a high note. This is officially a high note, right? First, they started off with Solo and Jimmy. I guess that's mid-note. That's alright. But up next is going to be Brock Lesnar and Omos face-to-face, apparently. We don't know if Brock's actually going to show up, but still. To give us this segment, just in the first hour, it's crazy. Did not see the WWE doing this, but they're doing it, and I'm super glad. I think this is great. This is a step in the right direction. Alright, so we're starting off the show, definitely on a high note. Brock, will he accept Omos' challenge? We're gonna find out when we come back from commercial. With that being said, 30 minutes done. And we've already got 3 commercials, so that's something. And I can see Run DMG is in the house. I acknowledge you, brother Run DMG. I acknowledge you. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, my brother. And James right here with the AEW chants. James. Vintage James. I love that. Alright. By the way, guys, the prediction title, of course, will be defended at Revolution. But I've got some other news. We're also going to be having the Trivia Championship. That's right. The Trivia Championship will be coming back. Will be making its return. It's going to be revamped. And it will be called the Trivia Championship. Not the Galactic, nothing else. It's just going to be called the Trivia Championship. And the trivia title will be defended a lot more often, a lot more frequently. More details to come, but of course, starting this weekend, we're also going to be seeing the official return of the predictions title, and of course, through his has got blood on his hands. True is angry because he was screwed over in Montreal. So True is coming after the predictions title. That I know. And Jeff, love it, love it. Kevin Owens versus Umaga, please, says PK Toads. Toads, brother, I know. Umaga, R.I.P. What a legend. What a true legend, right? No doubt about it. All right, Toads, that's right. Love that. Love the love here for Run DMG. Let the FB, I see. And D saying, good to see you, welcome, thank you. Andy says, yes, Mickie James retained her championship over Giselle Shaw. She did. Yeah. So, basically, we have to talk about this very quickly, right? The whole pay-per-view this past weekend from Impact Wrestling was incredible. Every single match on the pay-per-view card was incredible. But I still don't understand, why does Impact actually run pay-per-views on Fridays, head-to-head against SmackDown, head-to-head against Rampage? Why not Saturdays? Why not Sundays? Why do they choose Fridays out of all the days, of the weekend? I'm not sure. I mean, really, I have no idea. Does anybody else here know why for Friday night makes sense for Impact Wrestling to run their pay-per-views? Let me know. Jake Paul in WrestleMania with Logan Paul. Toads, this is something that I actually predicted a long time ago. I believe 2 years ago, I saw Jake Paul on the WrestleMania pre-show panel. They had a little setup outside of the arena, outside of the venue of WrestleMania, and that's where Jake Paul just made an appearance as he was walking past by. And I called it right there. I said 2 years later, we're gonna see Jake and Logan Paul, the same ring, same time, same frame at WrestleMania. And I think that it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul actually shows up. Hell, if he could show up in Saudi Arabia, he definitely can show up at WrestleMania happening in the USA, right? So I wouldn't be surprised. And also, he's got a big match. Seth Rollins, apparently. Yeah, I think he's going to show up. It's got all the making for that to happen. KO to the rescue. That's right, Jeff. Indeed, that's what happened, brother. And Andy says, I'm good. D Singh, how are you? I love that, Andy. That's right. True. Blame Tony Khan for the stream crash. Oh, Ricky. Poor Tony Khan. Always getting blamed, yeah? Alright. I mean, Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. I see, Toes. That's right. Yeah, Solo Sikoa, definitely will do big things, and I think that the match against Kevin Owens would be a thing of beauty. But again, I believe it's too early for Solo Sikoa. He's like a little kid right now, right? I mean, of course, he's not a kid, right? He's not bad. I'm not trying to put him down or anything, but he's like a little kid in the bloodline. He's still new, he's still growing, he's still exploring, and I believe that he's still being held back by the family. He's like the protected little brother, is what I mean to say. But with time and, as he gains more independence, I feel like Solo Sikoa will go out there and will definitely make an impact. I definitely see Solo Sikoa as a solid mid-card champion. Yeah. A solid IC, a US champion. I'm not sure about the world title just yet because the stakes are so high. The world title right now, thanks to Roman Reigns, I guess, is on a whole different level, a whole different stage. So I don't see Solo Sikoa, get onto that level in a few years at least. But where I stand right now, where Solo stands right now, I feel like he will make a solid mid-card champion in a couple months, in a couple years. We shall see. With that being said, we are back here from commercial, and really, they're starting off the show on a high note here. We're entering, we're almost, this is the 35th minute of the show, and we already are going to be getting to that segment between Brock Lesnar and Omos. The fact that this segment is taking place so early, wow. I'm surprised. I've got to say I'm surprised because Brock Lesnar actually is showing up. There's no smokes and mirrors. They're not fooling the fans here tonight. Brock Lesnar actually did show up. He is making his way out right now. I am pleasantly surprised. Brock Lesnar, guys, he's here. He is here. That's right. Wow, just purchased Revolution on my satellite again. Screw BR, says James. I'll tell you what, brother. Revolution is free in India, so we get to watch it for free. We don't have to pay anything. It's live, it's free on cable TV, so that's great. All right, that's great. And Toad says Jake and Logan Paul future tag team champions. I guess they could do that. Yeah, sure, that could actually happen. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Jake and Logan Paul tag team championship SummerSlam. Sure, could happen. Definitely. Yeah, I see it happening. Isn't Sam's Casino and Bingo Hall a place where a wrestling federation go to die? Yeah, that's right. I think I've heard all about Sam's Casino, Gary. That's right. AJ, have you heard who would love to join the bloodline? Well, I haven't, Andy. Who is it? Is it somebody from the family or is it somebody from outside the family? Let me know, Andy. Let me know. Jay White in the WWE. Apparently, there was a rumor going around. I saw a rumor on Twitter that Big Show is going to be coming out on AEW and he's going to be introducing his little brother, Jay White, to the fans in AEW, I guess. So, not sure. There's a lot of rumors going around, of Jay White going to WWE, AEW, so we'll see what happens. Andy says exactly, he notes, when you are in the Bullet Club, it's for life. That's right, without a doubt. It is for life indeed. With that being said, MVP coming out here, and he's not coming out here, with his client. He's not coming out here with Omos. He's coming out here all by himself, and he's got a microphone in his hand. I wonder what this means. Is Omos not man enough to come out here and just talk for himself? The guy isn't even... Wow. Brock Lesnar's not holding back. He says, when I was invited, this is what I was expecting. Alright, so MVP does not want to step into the same ring as Brock Lesnar. He says, I'm alright, we can talk right from here. Wow. Oh. So if I was MVP, I don't think I would trust Brock Lesnar when he says that he has got no beef with MVP whatsoever and that he's all about business. I wouldn't really trust him, but it seems like MVP is going to fall for the trap. Bayley is a legend, says Chris. Alright, Chris. Yeah, I guess she's a legend in the making, Chris. I wouldn't say a legend right now, but definitely a legend in the making. Andy says, Tamina Snuka. Andy, stop. No, stop now. Really, just stop. No, I don't want to see. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see Tamina Snuka in the bloodline. Honestly, I don't think that she's done enough, or close to enough, to being in the bloodline. I really don't think so. Tamina Snuka has been a major disappointment. I've always been disappointed in Tamina Snuka. Really have been. I've never liked her attitude. I've never liked anything about Tamina Snuka. And to see her in the bloodline, and I'm gonna puke. Hopefully that's not gonna happen and she won't be joining the bloodline. But anyways, MVP is gonna be falling for the trap of Brock Lesnar and he's making his way into the ring. Has everybody been watching Legends and Rivals on Sundays? Anybody here? It's not available here, so I can't watch. But anybody else here watching Legends and Rivals? He says, Bojo, it's you. Let me know if you've been enjoying it, brother. Alright, so I like how there's a little bit of a safe distance here between Brock and MVP. And MVP stands up right there, so that's interesting. I like that. Alright. Wow. You know what, James? I kind of see your point here about the Hurt Business possibly coming back together. MVP here, not really praising Bobby Lashley, but he's talking about Lashley. He's saying that how he was not even in the corner of Lashley, but still Brock Lesnar couldn't really deal with him the way he would have wished for, right? And he's saying there's no way in hell that he's going to be able to deal with Omos the same way. So I believe that the Hurt Business kind of, maybe, but I don't think it's going to happen so soon. Not at WrestleMania, not before WrestleMania. Maybe later on, but not now. I don't think so. Obviously, because, Bobby's busy. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, it's a match for the pops, right? I mean, just the whole promo right here. MVP trying to sell the idea that Brock Lesnar can F5 anybody in the world except for Omos. The giant that Omos is, Brock will not be able to carry him on his shoulders. Guys, this is nothing but a match that is for the spectacle. That is a spectacle of WrestleMania. It's a pop match, right? They want the fans to pop. They want to talk about this moment for years and years. Brock lifting the giant up on his shoulders. That's it. That is what this match is going to be all about. Omos is not going to beat him, and we're never going to be hearing the end of Brock Lesnar F5ing Omos. That's it. That's what's going to be happening. And Ronda MG says, switchable, better fit for Dynamite. I agree, Ronda MG. I mean, absolutely agree here with you. The switchable is definitely, I feel, just from the looks of it, is way better fit for Dynamite than Raw. In the WWE, he's going to be very restricted. The storylines, the narrative, all that stuff. There's going to be a lot of restrictions put on him, which I don't think that the fans would enjoy or he would enjoy. So I agree. He definitely is a better fit for Dynamite. All right. Yep. Okay, so MVP here was to pop a bottle of champagne and the idea of Brock versus Omos at WrestleMania with MVP in Omos' corner. Alright. It seems like Brock Lesnar, wait a second. So he says he doesn't want champagne, he's got the good stuff in here. Wait, are you kidding me? Is that illegal? What the hell? Brock's got the good stuff. He's not here, for some champagne or stuff. He's here for the good stuff, and you can see him gulping it all down before handing it over to MVP. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Now, I'm not sure where this is headed, guys. Brock is literally getting in the face of MVP, and he's telling him, you're not going to make me drink alone, are you? And MVP is being forced, I guess, to gulp it all down. Let's see if he's actually going to do it, but Brock is kind of forcing him now to gulp it all down. You can see the bottle in his hands. Wow. And an MVP here is toasting to Brock Lesnar's Omos at WrestleMania. Brock looks like a happy man. He's cheering MVP on. Oh dear, holy crap. Oh. Did not see that coming. And MVP obviously did not like the taste of the drink, and he spat it all out on Brock Lesnar's face, and you can see right there, Brock does not look happy. MVP spat all of it on Brock Lesnar's face, and Brock is disgusted. And there's going to be a price to pay for it, for sure. MVP takes his handkerchief, he tries to wipe Brock Lesnar's face with it. Brock says that's okay. Now he's closing his bottle, keeps it in his pocket. He grabs the handkerchief off the hands of MVP, wipes his face with it. Poor Brock Lesnar is obviously disgusted. Oh, and of course, it happens. It had to happen. It only was a matter of time, but it happens. Brock Lesnar grabs MVP up on his shoulder, F5 delivered, and MVP is history. And Brock Lesnar, I guess, is a happy man. Yeah. That's it, guys. Brock Lesnar leaves the ring here, a happy guy. F5's MVP's body laying there lifeless in the ring, and Brock Lesnar takes his hat off and he walks off. It's official, Brock versus Omos WrestleMania. It's gonna be a match for the pops. It's gonna be a match for the spectacle that is WrestleMania. It's gonna be a match to please all the thousands of casual fans that are gonna be in attendance at Mania. Oh my gosh, is wrestling still so cool? I had no idea. This is what the match is for. This is the reaction that they want to get of the casual fans. Brock lifting Omos up on his shoulders, hitting it with the F5. This is why we're getting this match, and I'm disgusted at the idea. But yeah, it's happening. Not Gunther, it is gonna be Omos. Yep. Alright, Andy says, Tamina has been only doing house shows for a few months. Reason why she hasn't done anything with Natalya Neidhart is cause Wentz, says Andy. And Charlotte Flair, when she insulted Dominic, she was secretly saying Andrade could be heading back soon. Well, you know what? It could happen, definitely could happen, and for Charlotte to do that, quite interesting. I feel like Andrade back here, you got Rey Mysterio, you got Andrade, you got Dominic Mysterio, you got Santos Escobar and the family. I mean, wow. It's gonna be Latino power in the WWE, and I love it. I'm all in for it. For years and years they've been trying to find a Latino star, and I guess now they have a whole family, a whole club here. It will be just the most fantastic thing ever. I'm getting goosebumps at the idea of possibly having a match between Santos Escobar and Andrade. It will be the most beautiful thing, and I am all in for it. So excited about the possibility of Andrade coming back here. By the way, we're getting a backstage interview right here. It is Lita, and it's Becky Lynch. I guess we're going to be getting a big match here tonight. Let's see. And coming out next is Cody Rhodes. They're not holding back tonight. One thing's for sure, it's just the opening. Oh my gosh. You know what? This is something I did not want, but we're going to be getting it, guys. We're getting Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable. It's happening up next. So, and I hate the render that they use for Chad Gable. You see it right there, the bottom right corner of the screen, right? He goes like swoosh. I hate that. I hate the mirror image, the shadow of Chad Gable. I hate it. And Jeff says, thought Jake Roberts has had the best Legends show. Jake Roberts' brother, I'm not surprised because literally his story, right? It's been so emotional. He's had some major ups and downs, battling health conditions, battling, depression, all this stuff. Jake Roberts has seen some major highs, but some major lows. Very inspiring story. Roberts definitely has been through hell and back, so I'm not even surprised that his show was the best. His episode was the best, Jeff. Yep. I'll definitely check it out. Lashley versus Wyatt sounds horrible. I agree. It makes very little sense to me anyways. Lashley versus Roberts. Roberts. Lashley versus Bray. It makes little sense to me, honestly. It does not. It does not. Like, no storytelling, none of that stuff. I guess they just wanted to find a competitor, an opponent for Bray Wyatt. They had nobody, and that's why they gave us Lashley, I guess. But again, it makes no sense to me at all. Yeah. Dragon Lee, I'm pretty sure that Lashley, he's good in the ring, obviously. He's great in the ring. He's great on promos. But I don't know how is he going to do with all the, Hubaya, all the hocus pocus, all the dark stuff that Bray Wyatt brings to the table. I'm not sure how Lashley will play along. Is he going to be stiff? Is he going to be cringy? Is he going to be hard to buy? Or is he going to be very smooth like Butcher along with all the hocus and pocus? That I'm very intrigued to see and find out. We shall find out. So let's see. But we got a Grandmaster here saying that, by God, I have no interest in Becky Lynch and her nonsense. Somebody had to say it, and I'm glad that Grandmaster said that. Thank you for that. Thank you. The only time in the past few months that I've actually cared about Becky Lynch was when she showed up as the Batman. That was when I was really, interested and actually checked her out. But yeah, I agree. It's been a lot of talking with Becky Lynch, lots of drama, right, and less action, I believe. So let's see if that changes tonight. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Grandmaster. James says if that match happens, gotta be the worst match ever. James, let's see. Dragon Lee could be wrestling for HBK when he takes on Grayson Waller, says Andy. Well, that's nice. So NXT is really popping without a doubt, right? So do we have the card set for the upcoming pay-per-view from NXT that's gonna be happening, before WrestleMania? Do we have the entire card set? because should be a good match. Considering how stacked NXT's roster is right now, this pay-per-view should definitely be a good one. Only match worse would be Lashley versus Wyatt. I know, brother. But we're getting it. We are getting it. You know what would be worse? If Uncle Howdy decides to show up. Or if Uncle Howdy decides to be, I don't even know, a special guest referee or something. Or if it becomes a tag team match. Would be crazy. Andrade and Santos Escobar, Rush, Dragon Lee were all together in AAA as a group. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That is what I'm talking about. But can you imagine, I mean, in all of this, in the middle of all of this, if Alberto Del Rio shows up? You know, we know how big of a heel Alberto is. And when we chatted, when we talked about it, right, Alberto said that he's more than open to the idea of coming back to the WWE. He said that there were some conversations, there were some discussions under Vince McMahon's management to bring him back. But ever since Triple H came on, the discussions came to a little bit of an end, and there's been no talks. He has not been reached by the Triple H management. But now that Vince McMahon is slowly creeping back into the office and getting back in control of the things right there, it seems like, you know, he could actually welcome back Alberto too. Why not? So we shall see. But the one thing that's for sure, one thing that I was able to draw a conclusion from our conversation was that even though Alberto is a busy man now, he's doing his Hollywood, he's doing his movie stuff, he's doing his Hollywood stuff. Obviously, he's also running a wrestling promotion. But despite of all of that, he's more than willing to come back, and he's more than willing to be a part of the WWE. So we shall see. With that being said, guys, it is time for the nightmare, and that too an American nightmare. It is time for Cody Rhodes. He's on a mission to fulfill his father's dream, to let his legacy live on forever. Is he going to be able to do so? We shall find out. But right now, out comes Cody Rhodes to an obviously big pop from the fans right here. All right, Cody Rhodes looking good. And Ronda says, Beast Incarnate having a squash match at Mania is lame. Yeah, you know what, brother? It is absolutely terrible. There's so much you can do with Brock Lesnar, literally passing the torch, making Gunther look better than ever is out there, right? I mean, you don't have to be a genius to understand that Gunther defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania would be incredible for his career, would skyrocket his career, would send him to all new levels. But they're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to give us Lashley versus Wyatt, and obviously Brock versus Omos. And obviously Brock's going to win. Omos is going to get squashed. Omos will be pinned. But they don't care. Yeah. Jeff says, only match first will be Lashley versus Wyatt. Exactly, agree with you, brother, once again. They know Bray cannot wrestle. You're right, James. You're right. Yeah. You know, all the people that have been wanting Bray Wyatt back, right, on social media and stuff, I feel like they've kind of, at least 20% of those people have kind of gone silent on Bray Wyatt, or they just don't care about Bray Wyatt anymore. I've seen people for myself, right, people that I have conversations with here and there, they tell me that, you know, they don't care about Bray anymore, and they see that he cannot wrestle at all. And they're done with all the hocus pocus because it's been a little too much. You know, we understand promos, we understand QR codes to a limit. But when that limit is crossed, you know, it's time to do something. It's time, you know, to actually, you know, change your words into actions. But we haven't seen a lot of actions, and that is something that I have a problem with, and I believe a lot of fans have a problem with. And another thing, speaking of problems, speaking of troubles, these are the two people I have major problems with. We're talking about Chad Gable, we're talking about Otis. I mean, walking, talking freaks. You know, the only thing worse than Omos versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania is Chad Gable kissing Otis on the cheek. It is horrible. It is the worst thing that you can ever imagine, and nobody wants to see it. You know, even Miz kissing Maurice on television, or Sammy Guevara kissing Tay Conti on TV, is probably better than Chad Gable kissing Otis on the cheek. Nobody asked for it. Nobody wants to see it. I'm not sure why he does it every single week. NXT popping, more like NXT. All right, James. I love it. You know, James' last name is No Filter. James No Filter. I love that. All right. Andy says the only match actually set for NXT Stand and Deliver is Roxanne Perez and Miko Satomura. That's awesome. That is a beautiful match in the making, brother. Looking forward to it. Of course, we're going to be watching that match. You know, even though we're not doing NXT Watchalongs these days, we're still going to be watching that match at Stand and Deliver because It's going to be a must-see. Anyways, here we are. The match is underway. It is Chad Gable who's actually surprisingly dominating the early part of the match, it seems. And Chad Gable is now climbing the turnbuckle. I think there's going to be a price to pay for that because Cody Rhodes, that's right, turns him around. And with that being said, gets him down, goes for the cover. And of course, Chad Gable with a kick out right there. But an interesting start, right? Interesting start. Anyways, let's see what else we have here. We got Randy who says, American Nightmare for Life. That's right. Do it for Dusty. That is what he's doing it for, Run DMG, my brother. All for his father. All for Dusty Rhodes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's sweet. Great story. Very emotional. The fans buy into it. I buy into it. He buys into it. The WWE obviously buys into it. But I believe that there's got to be an end to it, right? I mean, one day it's gonna get stale, and one day he would have fulfilled his father's dream. But what happens after that? How is he gonna be able to reignite, the fire? How is he gonna be able to stay relevant? Is he gonna turn to a goofy character like Seth Rollins? What is he gonna do to stay relevant once he becomes champion is what I'm really intrigued and interested to see, because this whole thing can get boring very quickly after he is champion. Roman Reigns, the one thing about him is that you see him sporadically. You don't see him every single week. So that's one thing that maintains the aura of greatness, the aura that we see around Roman Reigns. He is a somewhat of a spectacle, right? A once-in-a-generation kind of superstar now, because we don't even see him every single week. So whenever we do see him, we don't take it for granted. For Cody Rhodes, who's a full-time performer, when he becomes champion, once he's fulfilled his father's dreams, how does he stay relevant? How does he stay important? How does he not get boring? Is what I am very excited and interested to see. How is he going to be able to do it? We shall see. And Grandmaster says, Cody Rhodes is overrated. If he beats a tribal chief, we riot. Oh dear, I love Grandmaster. Alright, you know what? Wow. This is the first time I'm actually seeing somebody say that. But I'm glad, I love it whenever, you guys say something that's unusual and that not a lot of people are saying. I love it because, nobody should ever be hesitant or they should not be able to speak their mind. They should be able to speak their mind all the time. And I love when people do that, because everywhere I see on social media, everywhere people talk about how great Cody Rhodes is. So to hear a different opinion on Rhodes is so refreshing. And I love it, Grandmaster. You're awesome. All right, let's see. I've got problems with his wife, but no problems with Cody. So, yeah, but that's funny. They will need a dusty finish, LOL, says Jeff. I agree. Yeah, they do need a dusty finish. Cody got a step up, undisputed title, biggest in the game. Yep, exactly. So, that's what I'm saying. Right now, everything just works out, I mean, it's been like a dream come true for Cody Rhodes. Making his return at WrestleMania to such a big pop against Seth Rollins, doing all the stuff that he did, got injured, still put on a great Hell in a Cell match, fantastic, fans behind him, coming out Royal Rumble, number 30, picks up the victory. Everything has been like a dream for Cody, right, until this point. What happens at Mania after he wins? That's what I'm very curious to see. It's not even Mania if he wins, when he wins. How does this aura of greatness, how does this aura of Rhodes, how does this dream stay alive, is what I have to see. It's true though. Wrestling shouldn't be about fairy tale stories. It should be about the tribal chief. And we acknowledge the tribal chief, Grandmaster. I agree with you. You make a solid point. Wrestling, it should not be about fairy tales. It should be about the tribal chief. You're right. Absolutely. Roman became... Wait, Andy has an interesting comment. He says, Roman became what he hated, what Brock did. That's why Roman has had his longest reigning. He's nowhere near the best WWE champion in my book. I agree, Andy. Yeah. You're right. He did become what Brock had been, and he hated that, right? At the first place, he hated Brock for being a part-timer, for defending his title only on a few occasions, and that is exactly what Roman has become. But that's exactly the strategy of the WWE. If you want to keep your star relevant, if you want to make your star, a spectacle, if you want to make your star a really big deal, just make him a part-timer, and that's it. That's it. So they are quite interesting in that way. Yep. I'd rather have Goldust win the title. Oh my god, that's a little too much. You know what? Actually, not a bad idea though. Goldust leaving AEW for the WWE, and maybe SummerSlam Goldust versus You know what? No, I hate that idea. No, sorry. No, I don't want to see it. I thought it would be interesting, but trying to just picture it, imagine it, I'm sorry. Yeah. Jeff says, sometimes my imagination can be wild, so no. Jeff says, if Cody wins, Cena will come after the titles. Let's see what happens with John Cena. It'll be interesting. I believe that you're right. You know, John Cena will definitely come under the titles. That's one way to stay relevant, to have a match against John Cena. But at WrestleMania, if John Cena versus Austin Theory happens, and if Austin Theory is able to beat John Cena, I'm pretty sure John Cena is good out of the picture for like at least a few months, and at least until SummerSlam, where we could see SummerSlam versus Cody Rhodes. But WrestleMania, if we get Austin Theory versus Cena, I think the right thing for Cena to do would be to take the loss, to have his shoulders down for the 3 count, and to lose to Austin Theory. That would just push Austin Theory to a whole new level. Will be the most incredible thing that has happened to his career until now. A win against Cena for the US Championship at WrestleMania is the biggest that you can do, and it will be incredible. It will be incredible. But I'm just hoping that this whole investment into Austin Theory is worth it, that he stays with the company long term. You know, the whole thing just ends up being worth it. I'm really hoping for that, but we'll see. And James says, I'm still 50-50 in watching this Hollywood crap coming up. Alright, James. No, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna have a great time, you know, no matter what. It's always fun when we watch WrestleMania, because the energy, the excitement, holy crap, that was a nice German suplex from Chad Gable. So Cody obviously was gonna go for a springboard, but Chad Gable grabs him midair, and it was beautiful, you know. This is what I hate about Chad Gable. He's irritating, he's ridiculous, but sometimes he really does put on a show, and yeah, I hate that. I don't want to like him, but sometimes he is that good. Alright, with that being said, guys, it seems like Chad Gable's still in control. Or Cody Rhodes trying to reverse right now. Let's see. Oh dear. Wow, Cody Rhodes is in some major trouble. Chad Gable here really doing well, really pulling a number here on Cody. Very interesting, really very interesting. Chad Gable is doing pretty well. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. We got Romit in the house. Good to see you, brother Romit. Good to see you. Welcome. He says, it's confirmed. Kenny Omega, MJF, Young Bucks joining the WWE in 2024, says Romit. I see you, brother. I see you. You've got some wild ideas right now. You know, you want to see all the major players of AEW joining the WWE in 2024. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure James will have something to say about that. James, what do you feel about it? You know, Romit saying that it's confirmed that Kenny, MJF, Young Bucks, all will be joining the WWE in 2024. Anybody has something to say about that? Let me know. And good to see you, Romit. Welcome, though. Welcome. What does the WWE do with the monster they created in Sami Zayn? No storyline this close to WrestleMania. I agree. Yeah, I mean, they definitely have created... I believe with Sami, right? It's a monster that they did not know that they were creating. I feel like they did not anticipate the kind of support that Sami would get, that he actually ended up getting. So they probably have no idea what to do with him. But the only safe route, the only safe exit for Sami, I believe, is the Tag Team Championship. You know, I know that we're very close to Mania, where it's right there, but still, I feel like there's still time left for them to build up to Sami and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at WrestleMania. Now, for that to happen, of course, by the way, that was a beautiful dive to the outside. Cody Rhodes in control, and holy crap, look at Otis. Otis looks distracted. What the hell is happening here with Otis right now? Otis looks hella distracted. He's looking towards the audience. I'm not sure. Is he looking out for? Wait a second. I think I know what's happening here. Cody is looking. Oh dear, this is funny. So he's looking out for Maxine Dupree, is he not? I'm pretty sure he is. That has to be a case. But seems like these two are actually. This is so funny. Yeah, Otis is not even paying attention at this point. Holy crap! Oh my gosh, poor guy. Cody Rhodes just sends him over the barricade into the crowd, and I feel kind of bad for Otis right now. Poor guy. Poor guy. With that being said, Cody Rhodes is putting this match to an end, to a rest here. It is going to be over in a bit. Let's see. But that was funny. That was a funny moment right there between Cody and Otis. That was hilarious. Alright. Okay, let's see. And Graham says, Cena's a hypocrite anyway. He cried about the Heroic being a part-timer, which he has become himself. You're right. You're right. He definitely has become a part-timer, and he has apologized for it. He says that, he was wrong when he called Rock a part-timer. He realizes he made a mistake. He realizes that this life ain't easy, that you've got responsibilities, you got to do what you got to do. And he now admires The Rock for coming back to the WWE even after all the busy schedule that he has. So Cena has apologized for it, but it's true. He did insult The Rock, and he called him out for that behavior, but he's on to the same behavior now. So, yeah, you're right. It is a hypocritical move for sure, brother. Anyways, big victory here, I guess, for Cody Rhodes. Sweet little match. We got Chad Gable here taking the loss here at the hands of Cody. Obviously the right thing to do. But Otis, poor Otis, got thrown over the barricade into the crowd, but we still don't have Maxine Dupree here. I mean, I thought Otis was going to be joining the MMM, but we still don't have, MD here, so I'm not sure where we're going to be getting with it. But anyways, Cody Rhodes is still not done. He grabs the microphone. I guess he's going to be calling out Roman, but we shall see. Alright, thanks for the number. 33 days away to be exact from WrestleMania. Alright, and I believe that we should have a little bit of a... we should have that, right? We should have a countdown to WrestleMania going on for every single stream. How many days do we have left leading to WrestleMania? I think I should add that, from tomorrow. I'll definitely add a countdown to WrestleMania for every single stream. Yeah, we'll do that. Brody from Chase University was in dark. Really? Oh, that's sweet. The poor guy deserves a shot. He was unfairly released from the company, and he deserves to be, given opportunities in AEW. He was good. Brody was definitely good. One of the best ones that they had in NXT or in Chase University. So definitely deserves that shot. And Mustafa, my brother, welcome back. Welcome. And you're saying that you were playing Jensen. So, surprisingly, the first hour of the show tonight was actually quite good. Like, you've missed out on a lot of stuff tonight. And I usually don't say it, but the first hour of the show tonight was actually good. And, I hope that the game that you were playing was fun, but you missed out on MVP and, Brock. You missed out on the first match here, the tag team match, and you missed out on Chad Gable as well. So, yeah, the first hour was pretty good, Mustafa, but welcome back, brother. And James says, Rumit, wake up from your dreams. Rumit says, Tony Khan, AEW Wrestling. Oh, we got Baron Corbin here. Alright. Little interview. Oh my gosh. Are they not gonna do it again? Oh my gosh. This is such a big slap to the face of Baron Corbin. So everybody's basically ignoring Baron Corbin. They're trying to show on television that he's not important, right? The interviews, they interview him, but then something big is happening in the ring, or a bigger star is walking past by and they just leave Baron Corbin hanging in the middle of an interview. I mean, they just keep humiliating this guy. What did this guy do to make people upset backstage? Oh my gosh, did he? Oh, I don't even know what he did backstage to deserve such a treatment. That is crazy. He definitely rubbed somebody the wrong way to deserve this kind of a treatment. You know what, I'm not saying that I'm complaining, I mean, I'm loving it, but still, you've gotta feel bad for Baron Corbin to be humiliated like this. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm not even joking, right? Today, before we got on the stream tonight, I was thinking that, we're missing a few people in the family. We're missing Renegade. We're missing Renaissance. And here we are. We've got Renaissance back here. Good to see you, brother. Yo. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, Renaissance. Great to see you. And let's see. Alright, Robin once again says, Tony Khan, AEW Wrestling, used there is a whole bet upon Saraya, Tony Storm faction. Alright, Ramit, so who do you think? Who's the third person of the faction? Let us know. I feel it's going to be Ruby Soho. I think it's quite obvious, but let me know, Ramit, what do you think? Who is going to be the third person of the faction? Let me know. Alright, and James says, Ramit, I need a good laugh, good joke. I love it. I love this back and forth here between James and Roman. And he says, Otis will join Maxwell Male Models when Pretty Deadly join the main roster. It makes sense. Yeah. They're gonna need that kind of thing. But again, if that happens, brother, if that happens, does Chad Gable also join Otis and join the Maximum Male Models as a 1+1, free offer? Or is Otis and Chad, are these two gonna be split? Because I feel like Otis and Chad should never be split. As much as I hate to say it, Otis coming out here, being kissed on the cheek and everything, it just works out. People, they have a good laugh, even though it makes me cringe and creep. But still, it works out, and I feel like they're a great couple that should never be separated. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like Otis joining MMM would be great for him. But again, what happens to Chad is a good question. Oh my gosh, Renaissance. You don't sush me, even though I'm talking, I'm praising these two as a couple. It doesn't mean that you can sush me, Renaissance. You don't do that, because I'm not even joking. I feel like something just running through my veins, or I believe it's cringe. I think it's cringe that runs through my veins whenever I think of Otis and Chad. My hands start shaking. It's all the cringe that's doing this to me. But I'm not even kidding. Whenever I think of these two, I feel my hands start shivering or something. Yeah. Cringy. They are so cringy. I cannot even explain how cringy they actually are, but they're super cringy. Anyways, let's see. It's confirmed Adam Cole come out with this faction in AEW, says Rummet. Alright, it's confirmed Mandy Rose. Alright, Rummet says Mandy Rose is going to be joining Saraya and Toni Storm in their faction. Wow. If that happens, boom. All of the OnlyFans fans are going to go to AEW. You know it. Big boost in ratings. People are going to tune in every single Wednesday, for Mandy Rose. You know it. So, anybody else here thinks it's going to be Mandy Rose? Because I've got my little bit of doubts here. Anybody else agrees with Rummet? Let me know. And Renaissance, thank you for the sush. I'll get back at you one day with that sush. I'm telling you that. What's this B-Tech Titanic commercials? Oh, Titanic is, Anybody watch Titanic, by the way? Because we know that Titanic actually returned to the big screens for Valentine's Day. Did anybody watch it? Let me know. Let's take a look. What do we have here? Lots of notifications from YouTube on my phone. 1 second. Okay, are you kidding me? It's Shark Tank. I should stop with my Shark Tank edition. Lots of Shark Tank. Alright, you make me laugh. Rummet says, James. Renaissance says, love me some Toni Storm. Oh, me too, brother. Toni Storm's awesome. And she only keeps getting better. I feel like ever since she got the new hairstyle, the Marilyn Monroe hairstyle, everything's been working out for her. She should never get rid of this hairstyle. It just works out for her. It's her lucky style. And Mustafa says, I love Roman Reigns. I love that, Mustafa. That's right. I love it. Gary says, I'm waiting for Otis to finally get over this crap and beat the living daylights out of Chad Gable. Gary, you and I will be, I guess, cheering so loud that we'll hear each other across the world. If that happens, I'm going to be cheering so loud that the world is going to hear me for sure. When Otis just beats the hell out of Chad Gable, I'll be happy. But I know a lot of people will be left heartbroken when that happens too, so I'm concerned about those people. But I'll still be happy when Chad Gable gets beat. I mean, anytime that Chad Gable gets beat and just, gets shut up, it's the best thing ever. So, yeah, looking forward to that day as well. Andy says Jade Cargill threw her name out to Mickie James, and Mickie James said she'll be into taking on her. Oh, that's nice. I don't believe that Mickie and Jade have ever competed against each other, so that will be a first-time match, Andy. Wow. Well, where does it happen? Does it happen outside of AEW? Does it happen in AEW? We shall see. But right now, we are here backstage with the Judgment Day. Oh, come on. It's better to have no child rather than having a child like Dominic Mysterio. What an embarrassment to his father. What an embarrassment to his father's legacy. Dominic Mysterio, I believe Mysterio would have been better off losing that ladder match to Eddie Guerrero. That way, he wouldn't have to bear the weight of Dominic Mysterio for all these years, and especially now, right? It's terrible. Look at Dominic selling his soul to the devil for the sake of Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day? Really? Really? I mean, wow. This generation, it's just saddens me. It just saddens me. And Toads, welcome back, welcome back. Grandmaster says, I've seen Titanic. How Jack couldn't fit that thing at the end and drowned. We'll never know. I know, Grandmaster. You know, it's funny because I believe the Titanic was the first film, actually the second film of my life, but the first film that I actually remember watching very clearly. Yeah, I mean, I've got some special love for Titanic, and that's just because it was basically the second film of my life that I watched. So, yeah, definitely has a special place in my heart, I guess. But what a film! What a film! Yeah, it was great. I remember, you know, as a kid going to the washroom at the cinema and coming back only to see the Titanic sinking was great. Yeah, that's what I remember being a little kid and watching that. Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, let's see. Take me back to the nostalgia train, and I really am all on board, you know, on the nostalgia. By the way, we're still having these guys talking, the Judgment Day, talking about all the punishment that they're putting to Rey Mysterio, of course, to Edge. But you know, one guy has a problem with it, and that guy is Santos Escobar. He looks like he's gonna be knocking some senses into Mysterio. That's Dominic Mysterio, you know, for insulting his father, for trying to defame him, ruining his legacy. I don't think that Santos Escobar is gonna sit back and take it easily. He's gonna get back at the Judgment Day at Dominic and try to put some senses into this kid. We shall see what happens, but it seems like we could be getting a match, you know, oh my gosh, wait a second, we got Otis. Oh dear. Oh my god. Wait a second. What? Wow. Adam Pierce, we're getting it, guys. We are getting it. Now, I don't think that, you know, this guy, what's his name? Mansoor? I don't think Mansoor quite gets it. Like, the look on his face, it describes that he doesn't understand what does Maxine see in Otis. But we're going to be getting it. Otis is going to be in action tonight, one-on-one match, and Otis is going to Adam Pierce to make that match happen. Let's see how this goes down. But one thing's for sure, Otis is a chick magnet, right? All the attractive ladies of the world, they just keep getting attracted to Otis. You know, like magnet, crazy. Anyways, we shall see what happens. Otis will be in action later tonight, one-on-one match. But I have to say, tonight's show has been impressive. I mean, every single match that we've seen tonight, all the segments, everything, it's been impressive. I am impressed with tonight's show. So far, I'm giving the show a rating of, I believe, 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's the rating that I'm gonna give to it, because even though the opening segment for me was quite of a letdown, but still, the match was good. The second segment was with Brock Lesnar and Omos, so I was quite impressed. The Cody Rhodes, match was also pretty good. Gable Rhodes, they put on a good show. And now we're going to be getting Otis in a singles action, should be good as well. The whole thing with Maxine Dupree definitely has me intrigued. Asuka coming out now definitely guarantees a great match as well. I am very happy with tonight's show. I mean, let me know what you think about it, but I myself, from where I stand right now, I am quite impressed by tonight's show. It's been a pretty solid show tonight. And Roman says, no Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, facing Jade Cargill. Let's see. I mean, it seems like Sasha Banks is really enjoying her time with NJPW champion and whatnot, just right after debuting. So it seems like Sasha Banks is definitely out there to make a point, to prove to the world that she's the very best, no matter where she goes. So let's see what happens. I mean, it's possible. I believe that these two were also hanging out together. No, it was Naomi. Naomi posted a picture, if I'm not wrong, of herself and Jade Cargill hanging out at an NBA game. So we could be seeing anything, guys. I mean, anything is possible, but I would love it. Naomi or Sasha Banks and Jade Cargill in the ring. Lovely, would be great. And thank you for that, Toads. That's right, guys. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching us for the first time, if you're here watching Raw with Singh for the first time, make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, be a part of the family. And Renaissance says, Asuka is a badass, without a doubt, brother, and I feel like she's even better with the face paint, with that scary mask that she comes out with now. She's better than ever, honestly, a lot better than, than a few months ago. Really so cool. And I like the blue mist a lot better than the green mist. For some reason, green is just not my color. Blue, all the way. Love it. Gary says, isn't his name... yeah, that's right. Mansois. Mansois. That's what his name is, right? Ever since he became a maximum male model, his name has turned into Mansois. Earlier known as Mansoor, obviously. You know, it's interesting. I don't believe that he was actually booked to be in Saudi Arabia, because I can only imagine the kind of reaction that this character of Mansoor would get in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, those people in Saudi Arabia must be looking at him, and they must be thinking that when he lived here and then he left our country, he left as Mansoor, and he lived as this big, strong Saudi Arabian guy. But look at what America has done to him. He has become Mansoor. I'm pretty sure he's a letdown for his country. But anyways, we shall see what happens with him. It's average Raw so far, but as always, AJ, you're killing it, says Andy. My brother, thank you for that. You know how to make me blush. Thank you. And Ritikar, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Triple H, Booker of the Year, says Run DMG. Yeah, without a doubt, brother. You know, these days we do get some... you know, shady episodes of Raw or SmackDown, which are not that great, you know, ups and downs, and we suspect that these shows have got some Vince McMahon fingerprints all over them. But tonight is different. Tonight is definitely an impressive night. I am impressed with the quality of the show tonight. Very, very impressed, I must say. Renaissance says, is Cody Rhodes bringing back the Winged Eagle? I hope he does. You know, he's teased it, obviously, and I really hope that he does. The one thing that he's guaranteed is that he's working on a very new design for his weight belt. The weight belt that, you know, he usually brings out for big matches. He's working on a new design of it before WrestleMania, so we shall see what that weight belt is going to look like. But yeah, hopefully, if he becomes champion, he brings back the Winged Eagle, because the most beautiful looking title, for me at least, has been the Winged Eagle, without a doubt. And Toads, that's right, love that. Turn on the notifications as well, that's right. Tony Khan going to dethrone MJF, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega from AEW 2024 just because of Mandy Rose. Alright, Romit. So you think that Tony Khan will bring in Mandy Rose, and because for that price, he will dethrone MJF, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. He'll let go of those people for Mandy Rose. Now that is an expensive deal. That is an expensive trade, Drummond. I'm not sure. That is gonna change. That is gonna bring about a big demographic change, right? Can you imagine all those people coming from OnlyFans and all those hardcore fans just leaving AEW because of the departure of MJF, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega? That is gonna be a trade that I don't believe is gonna be very smart from it. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, let's see. Anyways, here we are now, and coming out is Carmella. Mella is money, I guess, and he's gonna be out here, of course, sharing the ring with Asuka tonight. Andy says exactly, Kite Dozway. Second Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday's pay-per-view wrestling streams. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, that's right. We are here every single Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays, and of course all the pay-per-views. We're here, we're watching every single week. So if you're new here, don't be shy, hit the subscribe, be a part of the conversation. Let's talk, that's right. And thank you, Andy. See, does Rhea have a new theme song? I haven't checked. You know, I watch a lot of the shows when the music comes out. I just put it on mute because of copyright. But I'll have to check it out. Does she have a new song? I'll have to check it out myself. Anyways, here we are. This should be a good match. Carmella. So I'm a little confused, right? Guys, help me out. So, is she still... What is she right now? Is she the Queen of Staten Island Carmella? Or is she Mella is Money? What is she again? Like, I remember that at least like a couple weeks ago, she was back to being the Queen of Staten Island. But as I'm looking at her right now, I'm looking at the outfit, the way she came out tonight, it seems like she is kind of, you know, oozing that Mella is Money kind of a vibe. Looking at the trousers, she's the Queen of Staten Island. But looking at the top, she screams the Queen of the Mella is Money. So what is she exactly? I mean, does anybody know? Help me out if you do. I'm a little confused. Where is Carmella really headed? Is she headed to the sexier side, or is she headed to the, you know, to the cool hip-hop style? Let's see. James says, Romit, you need to find better information resources. Yours following are fake. It says, James, you know, I agree. JD from New York is not a reliable source, Romit. I don't think so. Anyways, Toad says Roman versus James, Hell in a Cell. We need to see that match. That is a WrestleMania worthy match indeed. Anyways, here we are. Carmella seems like she's got the upper hand over Asuka, at least for now. That's right, a big, oh wow, series of elbow strikes right there to the head of Asuka. Once again, she does it again. An elbow strike to Asuka, and she goes down. It is Mella who is actually dominating right now. Quite interesting. Renaissance says, Carmella, a butterface. I know, right? I'm not sure if she's a babyface or a heel, but definitely a butterface. Thank you for that, Renaissance. Must be a clickbait pages. Oh, James, that's right. So, clickbait, some YouTube's crazy stuff. I think it's time for Asuka to win some gold. Yeah, think so too, brother. And just in time, she's going to go to WrestleMania for the gold here. And hopefully she does pick up the gold. Hopefully she does. Let's see. I really hope that she does. I think she deserves it. Yeah, and with her character right now, she looks unstoppable. Should win. And Jake, good to see you, my brother. Jake, oh wow, we've got a new Jake in the house. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the family, and it's great to have you. We got Jake Bakes in the house. Love that. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been enjoying the show. Let us know, how have you been liking the episode? Because for me, I feel like tonight's episode has been fire. I've been loving it. And Andy says, come on, Kana. Yeah, that's right, Andy. Kana getting back in the ring, going after Carmella. Once again, a boot to the midsection. Carmella goes down here, and Asuka has got the upper hand, and she goes right there to Kana, to Carmella. Carmella very quickly getting down. Holy crap. Asuka going out to the ringside. Carmella hitting her straight in the face with the boot. And Asuka goes down hard. That is crazy. Wow. Did not see that coming, at least. That was a big turn of tables. It is Carmella now who is actually in control. Quite interesting. That's right, I agree. Raw is definitely lit. And I'm very surprised because, I was expecting this show to be slow and sloppy. Honestly, when they started on the show with that recap and with the Jimmy Uso Solo Sikoa promo, I thought this was going to be another sloppy episode. But then they really took me by surprise by having the first tag team match. Was actually a good tag team match. And then having that Omos and Brock Lesnar segment. Did not think we were going to be getting it so quickly, but we did get it. That confrontation between Lesnar and MVP, that F5, all of that stuff was good. Even though I'm not a fan of Omos and Lesnar, this match happening at Mania, that segment was actually pretty entertaining, so I liked it. That Cody Rhodes Chad Gable match versus this match right here. This is a great draw, and I'm very intrigued to see whatever happens between Otis and MMM, that's Maximum Male Models, because this whole chemistry that is so visible between Otis and Maxine, it really, I feel like it's giving me some very positive energy. I think this could be a start of a beautiful relationship right here on Monday Night Raw. A relationship that I'm totally on board with, Yeah. I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Bill Air keeping the title at Mania, says Ron DMG. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to take the titles off the EST. You're absolutely right, my brother, Ron DMG. So we shall see. We shall see if Kana can beat the EST. That almost rhymes. Yeah, that almost rhymes. I like that. Robin says, Singh Sabji, the content creator ever. Thank you. Keep smiling, shining always. Thank you, Romit. So kind of you. Thank you for the hearts. Love that. All right. And Jake, once again, great to see you. Thank you once again for hitting the subscribe button. And Mustafa says, I miss the Attitude Era. I know a lot of people, every single day of their lives, they miss the Attitude Eras. I totally relate to it, brother. Absolutely do. And thank you for all the hearts. Overwhelming. Thank you. Oh, those are... I thought those hearts were for me. But no, Ramit says those hearts are for Saraya. All right, Robert, I see how it is. All right, Raw is Var, brother, says Mustafa. No, tonight's Raw is actually good. It's good. And James here, countering all those hearts with the AEW. Can you see all the AEWs right here? These are from James. Whenever you see the chat full of AEW, it's James. I love it, James. I love it. All right, too sweet. Anyways, let's see what else do we have here. We got Toad says, we live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, pay-per-view wrestling streams. Heck yeah, we are. And yeah, on top of that, we've got incredible interviews, with Kurt Angle. We got interviews with the Authors of Pain. We got interview with Alberto Del Rio, JTG, Rhea Ripley, Edge, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Charlotte Flair, and more. So check out the channel. It's watch-alongs, interviews, hot interviews, and a lot more. So check it out. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. On top of that, very soon, in about a month's time, we're going to be upgrading our channel. It's going to get a massive upgrade, and all of our streams, the videos, are all going to be 4K. So, super excited, super ready. Cannot wait for that upgrade to happen. Thank you for that, Toads. Once again, we are back here from commercial, and, you know, to my surprise, it is Carmella who is still dominating. Did not see that coming, but Carmella here is still in control. Quite interesting. That is actually quite interesting. Did not see it coming at all. Anyways, here we are. Kana is trying to get back up to her feet here. Carmella is not letting go of Kana just yet and throws her back to the mat. Head first into the mat goes Kana, and Carmella here still dominating, still with the upper hand. I am very, very much surprised. Crazy. Crazy. Love that. Andy says NWA and Bullet Club for life. That's right, brother. That is right. For life indeed. Once again, a slap to the face from Carmella, but Kana attacking her with a backhand. And it seems like this is the opening that she actually needed, because Kana here with a big kick to the midsection, and that's right, the tables, how the turntables, or should I say, how the tables turn, because Kana, out of nowhere, is now dominating, and Carmella knows exactly what it feels like to step into the ring with Kana, or with Asuka. And here to the point, you know, I believe that was made earlier about Belair, right? Ronda said that Belair is not dropping the title. I guess it kind of makes sense, because if you look at Asuka, guys, right, even though she's unstoppable, but still you see her in matches, and sometimes, you know, you kind of realize that she is kind of stoppable. She's not invincible. She also has her, you know, while she ends up winning the matches always, but she also has some low moments in the matches, like right this match. Take it for example, Kana just went to the top of the turnbuckle, and she went down. Carmella was able to get out of the way and hit her in the face with a kick, right? If you're booking somebody to be absolutely invincible, unstoppable, untouchable, you know, unbreakable, and I can go on, you wouldn't want to make them look weak in front of somebody like Carmella. But they are doing that. They are kind of making Kana look a little bit weak here, even when she's in the ring with Carmella, and I feel like that kind of gives us a hint of things to come. She could actually take the loss at WrestleMania. She's not invincible, and that's obvious. Anyways, a roll-up here from Asuka on Carmella, but Carmella was able to kick out. The match still continues here. Grandmaster says, get Carmella off my screen, this B-Tech. Oh, I see. Wannabe model. I understand, brother. I understand. Oh, this is so funny. So now I believe what you mean by B-Tech. I didn't understand it before, but I understand it now. That's a very sly way. That's a cunning way. All right. Carmella doesn't look like she's too happy. All right, so a big victory here, I guess, for Asuka, but still, she got the victory, but she did not look unstoppable. She did not look the strongest of competitors, you know. To actually get beaten up, to be kicked in the face once, twice by Carmella in a match is not impressive. It's not impressive, especially when you're on the road to WrestleMania to fight Belair, an unstoppable champion, for the title. It's not super impressive. Yes, she did get the victory, but she did not look unstoppable, and I feel that's a bit of a problem. With that being said, guys, answering her challenge here is Bianca Belair, who's coming out looking great. Of course, the champion. I mean, what a champion. Belair is just incredible. Looks great as she makes her way out here. Not intimidated at all here as she makes her way out to the ring. Let's see. And Bojet says Carmella cannot wrestle. And that's true. Nobody can argue with that. Nobody can argue with that. Anyways, here we are. A little bit of a confrontation here between Asuka and Belair is what we're getting. Toad says exactly. America has history of showing weakness on Asuka because she would never be treated like that in her country. That's right. Yep. Again, you know, things are kind of getting better for her, you know, looking up for her now because, the whole language barrier stuff was apparently a problem under Vince McMahon's regime. But Triple H realizes that, you know, this is a wrestling show. You can do it without being able to cut really good promos, because even if you can't cut impressive promos, you'll still be okay. You know, because you can actually perform in the ring. You can have a spokesperson for yourself, and you'll be alright. With that being said, Carmella, as she makes her way out to the ring, you know, leaves a mark. Asuka is down, but Bianca Belair is not happy. Nobody gets to take out Asuka, her challenger at WrestleMania, except for Bianca Belair. Look at that. staring down on Asuka like that. Nobody wants to be stared down like that, especially by Bianca Belair. Anyways, coming up next, it's not up next apparently, but we're going to be getting a Miz TV. That's going to be a WrestleMania edition special Miz TV. Also, we're going to be getting Becky Lynch and Lita versus Damage Control. These two really need to find a name for their tag team. Becky Lynch and Lita versus Damage Control. I think that Becky and Lita could actually win, I guess. But we shall see. Now, Andy here, I know Andy predicted that this is going to be leading to a match between Lita and Becky. So we shall see. And coming up next is Piper Niven. So much better than Doudrop. I mean, Piper is such a great name. You know, why ever not give her that name and give her Doudrop? I mean, why? I still don't understand why they did that, but I'm glad they're done with Doudrop. Piper Niven is just so much better. Coming up next is going to be Candice LeRae versus Piper. I am not looking forward to it. I think, what time is it right now? Let's see. So we've been watching, I guess it makes sense, all right? Yeah, I mean, the second hour is usually, this time of the show is usually the weak time, the weak spot of the show where, you know, things get a little bit casual and laid back. And I feel like we can also get a little bit casual and laid back here because this match here makes very little sense to me. Candice LeRae has just not been impressive. She's been wrestling. She wrestles one time, and then for the upcoming 2 weeks she's not wrestling. Then she wrestled once, and then she's not wrestling again for the next 2 weeks. It makes no sense to me. And Piper, more power to her. I want to see her succeed, but these random matches don't do it for me. Candice LeRae, Piper coming up next. I'm not very intrigued, but let's see what happens. And I can see we got Alice Icky here. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And well, once again, we've got lots of comments here. Let's try to catch up on the comments. We got Romit here with the damn. All right, brother Romit. Damn. All right, I see you. And let's see, Belair better fall at Mania. Oh wow, Andy wants a title of Bianca Belair. Andy, all right, I see you, brother. I see you. It's best for business. Okay, all right. Piper is beautiful, sister. I agree. Piper is fantastic. I really feel bad for the way that she's been treated. Hopefully she gets bigger matches, better storylines, better outfit maybe. Yeah, but I guess her getting back the name Piper is a start, and things will get better for her. Candice LeRae, yeah, I can't. I can't care enough for her. I just can't. Not a fan at all. I feel like there's a lot of buzz around Candice, but she hasn't really been able to impress me, at least on the main roster. Not impressed at all. Why do I get the feeling they're going to put on Cameron Grimes with The Miz? Wow. So, do we know what is The Miz doing at WrestleMania? We don't, right? We don't. He doesn't have a clear path to Mania, does he? He doesn't. I don't believe he's going to be doing anything with Logan Paul this year, thankfully. Yeah, I don't think that he's a clear path to WrestleMania, so... You know what, brother? I wouldn't mind Cameron Grimes. Or maybe I would. I don't know. Considering the whole thing, the way it went down with Dexter and Miz, like, where even is Dexter now? What is he even doing right now, right? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And I thought that, Dexter kind of doing his thing with The Miz is only going to be better for him when he's done with it. He's going to be a star, but nothing. We're not getting anything out of Dexter. That whole thing went to nowhere, so I'm a little bit concerned. Take for example Tommaso Ciampa. What happened with him? Where is Tommaso Ciampa right now? Anybody seen him? I haven't. Tommaso Ciampa, Dexter Lumis, right? All these people paired up with The Miz, right? Or they were involved with The Miz in some capacity. What happened to these people? So I'm a little bit concerned now when you talk about Cameron Grimes and him being paired up with The Miz. I don't want to see it happening because, as history, if history is witness or history says anything or teaches anything, I don't want to see it happening because I don't want Cameron Grimes to suffer the same fate as Tommaso Ciampa or Dexter on the main roster. So a little concerned here, a little bit concerned. All right, let's see. Becky and Lita can be called Leech. Oh dear. That is funny. All right, brother. And we got Alice here. Alice is she's in a, I don't know, is Alice talking to somebody or not sure, but that's a different language. Is that Spanish? I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with the language, but it's great to see you anyways, Alice. It's good to see you. Welcome. And let's see what else do we have here. AJ, you may not be a fan of Candice, but I am. I followed her whole career. I understand she's a great wrestler, and she's a good talent, but on the main roster, I'm not impressed. And maybe it's not her fault, maybe it's just creative, but I see her wrestling once, then the next 2 weeks she's just backstage, or maybe not even backstage, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Johnny Gargano. I'm not a big fan of Johnny Gargano either, so, I guess that's why it just doesn't make me crazy when I think of Candice either, so we shall see. Hopefully I change my perspective on both of the talent, but so far I'm not a fan, brother Andy. So far I'm not. Yeah, but it's great to have all of you once again over here. Google Translator, I believe that means Google Translator. Alright, I'll translate them. Alright. Okay, I love it. Once again, Alice, it's good to see you. Welcome. For now, The Miz has no match at WrestleMania, says Ricky. Ricky, where do you see him? At Mania? By the way, Candice making her way out right now. Somebody is actually... Oh dear, that's Nikki Cross. Candice is making her entrance. Oh dear, once again, sorry. We don't want... Alright, so as we can see, Candice is making her entrance, and Nikki Cross is following her down the stage. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Let's see. Ciampa receiving... Oh, he's recovering from surgery. Alright, James, thanks for that, brother. His surgery. So, I was gone for like 2 months, so... And that... I believe he probably got injured during that time. He probably underwent surgery, so... Sad to hear that. What about Dexter, though? MJF and Liv Morgan and Triple H seeing together last Friday, says Rummet. Really? Even MJF? That's something. Do we have pictures from it? From that meeting? Or is it a rumor? Let's see. And Ricky, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for sharing the Twitter. Candice and Johnny wrestling NXT for life. That's right, Run DMG. And, I can't. I don't know. And is anybody here with me? Does anybody else not see, actually, it's a better question. Does anybody else not see Johnny Gargano as a big deal? Because I'm not a fan. I mean, one day, maybe, I'll change my perspective, my opinion on these two, but so far, from where I stand right now, I'm not a fan. Also not a fan of the match that's going to be coming up soon, I guess. Bobby Lashley versus Elias. We're actually getting a match between Elias and Lashley tonight. So, a random match, I know. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Bray Wyatt shows up, but Lashley is going to be fighting Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, and there's been no build-up to it. I mean, zero. And he's fighting Elias randomly in a match tonight. Let's see if this actually leads us in his way to the whole storyline with Bray Wyatt. We shall find out. Alright, let's see what else do we have here. Right now I see The Miz hosting Miz TV at WrestleMania Night 2, says Ricky. It could happen because, they need fillers, right? They need segments at Mania as well. So Miz TV at Mania could actually happen, and you're making sense, WrestleMania is going Hollywood, and there's no bigger star that the WWE has other than The Miz when it comes to Hollywood, right? He's the Hollywood star, he's the face of Hollywood, the A-lister, the face of the company, basically. So I believe a Miz TV in Hollywood, it only makes sense. You are right, Ricky. It makes a lot of sense. A lot more sense than him having a match. Sure, I agree with you. And thank you, Robin. That's right. And Toads. And I see Toads and Alice having a good time here. Love it. Triple H said he wants small WrestleMania card this year, says Ricky. I like it. I feel like WWE has been sticking to this format, 30 minutes per match format on every single pay-per-view or premium live event, and I like it. 30 minutes for every match is good enough time to really put on a great show, and I feel if they want to stick with that format even at WrestleMania, more power to them. Great. With that being said, guys, Candice LeRae is able to steal the victory out of nowhere, rolling Piper up for the cover out of nowhere, and getting the big victory. Good for her. But Candice LeRae is victorious against Piper Niven. And you can see how surprised Piper is as Candice, her arm is raised in victory. That's right. Alright, I see Pete Toads here and Ellis are getting along quite well. I like that. Sweet. Alright, with that being said, it is Byron's... Oh, speak of the devil, here he is. It is Johnny Gargano. Let's see what he has to say. Wait. What is even happening here? I'm a little confused. But these people have no business together, right? Or do they? We are backstage here with Johnny Gargano, and out comes the Judgment Day, just very rudely interrupting him in the middle of an interview. They have no business here, being in the same frame together backstage. Oh, wow. Alright, so it seems like Damian Priest wanted to get his hands on Johnny Gargano tonight. But of course, Finn Balor just holds him back. And tonight we're going to be getting Johnny Gargano versus Otis. Now, Finn Balor has said if Otis doesn't squash Johnny Gargano tonight and covers him up with maple syrup, Finn Balor will be doing it to him next week. So next week, we already have a match in our hands. We're going to be getting Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. But tonight, we're getting Johnny Gargano versus Otis. Otis wants to defeat Gargano, wants to cover him possibly in maple syrup in order to impress Maxine Dupree, and cover her up with maple syrup, I guess. But we're going to see what happens. Otis versus Gargano is going to be happening tonight. We got the Wyatt Rabbit in the house. Good to see you. Welcome, Wyatt Rabbit. Hope you're doing well. And they say I've compared Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair and Jamie Hayter title defense, and I think Hayter is more better, holding the belt, defending it each Dynamite, while Belair and Flair don't do nothing. I feel like Flair, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this comment, but I feel like Flair is just such a royalty, is such a generational superstar that she can be champion, and that's it, just champion forever, right? She can defend it here and there, but just be champion forever, and that's just me. But I feel like Flair should be champion forever. A true royalty in wrestling. It just doesn't get any more royal than Charlotte Flair, so I'm gonna exclude her from the conversation. But Toni Storm, if you want to compare Jamie Hayter and Bianca Belair, I feel like it's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, I feel like Bianca Belair, even though as you say that she's defended the title fewer times than the other lady has, Jamie Hayter has. I feel to that comment, Jamie Hayter is still trying to build herself up, build her brand up, but Bianca Belair already has built that brand. I feel like Bianca Belair, where she was 2 years ago, is where Jamie Hayter is at right now, or maybe 3 years ago. Bianca Belair, also started from scratch, much like Jamie Hayter did, and she really has built up her personality, everything about her, and she has now reached that point where she is a big deal, and she really is, able to hold on to that fort, hold on to the territory. And everybody, when they look at Bianca, they know that she is a big deal. She's a real deal. It's hard to dethrone her. And to be able to get to that level is hard. If you talk about Jamie Hayter, when I'm looking at a Bianca Belair match, I'm almost certain that she's going to win, that she's going to retain. When I'm looking at a Jamie Hayter match, I feel like I'm not sure if she's going to win or retain, there's that part. So Bianca Belair, even though you're right partly that, Jamie Hayter is defending more often, but Bianca definitely has been the stronger champion out of the two. But Wyatt Rabbit, I agree with you partly, yeah. Alright, Rummet, damn, I see Rummet here, okay, a lot of dams in the chat, okay, Metallica, Ramstein, I don't even know, what is that, Alright, Toads and Alice are having a good conversation. I love that. Much love to all of you. Alice, it's good to have you once again. Happy to have you here. Gold card announcement, says James. Well, let's see, brother. Let's see what's going to be happening. All for YUR Future Ventures. Keep smiling, shining. Thank you for that, my brother. Ramit, you're always amazing. Thank you for the kindness. Alright, all rise to the Judgment Day, says Ricky. That's right. We all rose for the Judgment Day, but is Otis gonna be able to rise to the occasion tonight when he takes on Johnny Gargano? We shall see. Charlotte has indeed been handed everything, not earned, so overrated. She just needs to go away, says James. I've got a lot of love for Charlotte Flair. And I'll tell you why, right? Other than the fact that she's a royalty, she's a queen, I really like her. But on top of that, I did an interview with Charlotte Flair, right? I was doing a press conference with Charlotte Flair, basically. And I was there with, I cannot recall now the publisher's name, but there was this other publisher, right, with me in the press conference. And, everybody was allowed to, I believe, ask one or two questions. So I kept my questions nice and short, and she really gave me very good answers, right? I was the only one that she referred to as sir, so that was quite respectful. She was very respectful to me, very sweet. So I, of course, plus points for that. But then there was another guy in the press conference who was from a publisher. I can't remember which one now. But he tried to be smart, right? To get more camera time, I guess, he asked a very, very long question. That was almost like a paragraph. His question was like a paragraph long. And the last statement of that question was, how are you going to be able to beat her at SummerSlam? And to that question that was nearly a paragraph long, all that Charlotte Flair said was, I'll just do it. That's it. Like, a question so long, and she replied, I'll just do it. That was the most hilarious thing. And everybody in the room, they couldn't, hold their smiles, their laughter, and the look on the guy's face was just brutal. Yeah, Charlotte is amazing. She's amazing. She's awesome. Alright, anyways, let's see. Love it, Toads. Thank you. And Andy says, no Jamie Hayter has been champion in Europe several times, unlike Bianca. She's an NXT made. Jamie Hayter is way better champion than Bianca. I like that, Andy. Alright. I love it. Okay. So, no, I love Hayter too. Honestly. Just look at her in AEW. The way that she's evolved and changed, and not just, her in-ring skills, all that she's been doing in the ring, her microphone work, but also the look, right? The hair, the looks, the outfit, everything has been receiving a big upgrade. She looks great, she moves great, she's got a lot of people by her side. Everything about Jamie Hayter is incredible. I agree, but I feel like Bianca Belair too, so good. Anyways, it is time for the awesome one. It is time for The Miz with The Miz TV. That is going to be Wrestlemania edition. So let's see what The Miz has to say here. Looking good in the suit and the tie. And Randy says, all hail the queen. That's right. That is right. I love it. All hail. That's right. Are they going to do something with Alexa? I don't think so, Toads. I think Alexa's going to be missing this year's WrestleMania. It's sad. It's unfortunate that she's going to miss it, but I do believe that Alexa Bliss is not going to be at WrestleMania this year. I feel sad because I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss too, but she's not going to be at Mania, for sure. By the way, speaking of Alexa, I would love to see Alexa versus Jamie Hayter one day. I think that'd be a great match. Second hour, 2 out of 10, says James. I agree. Second hour has not been the best. The first hour I was surprised, right? It was actually good. It was different. They really started off strong, but the second hour has been kind of casual. Let's see what this Miz TV has in store for us. Let's listen into The Miz. Oh, he's got the big news. Oh, he's got the golden envelope. I see. Yeah. Don't tell me that The Miz is hosting WrestleMania. Don't tell me that, because I think that's what's going to be happening. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. Okay. Oh my gosh. The Miz is hosting WrestleMania in Hollywood. We're never gonna hear the end of this. I can't believe it. You know what? Alexa Bliss hosting WrestleMania was a lot better than The Miz hosting WrestleMania. You've gotta be kidding me. Fine. I guess we deserve it. AJ, you watch WWE Legends on I don't have that access to the show, brother. I don't have it. That's right, James. We have a new host of WrestleMania. That's The Miz. Yeah. AJ watched the Ric Flair documentary on Peacock. It's good. All right, brother. Thanks for that. I'll definitely check it out, Ronda MG. Thank you. And yes, Toads, we're gonna be having interviews, but just like I said, I'm waiting on the studio to be ready, so we're going to start with the interviews again. But until then, all the interviews that are on the backlog that have not been released will be released. But yes, I'm waiting on the studio to be out, to be done for. and then we're going to be having all the new interviews taking place straight from the studio. It's going to be a whole new format. It's just such a massive upgrade, and I'm so ready for it, guys. Oh dear. I'm not sure where we're having it. I'm not sure why is Seth Rollins coming out here. This whole thing, I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of this segment at all. Not at all. Alright, Andy says, Bianca Belair never gave a timeout to any NXT fans, even the ones that follow her. However, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley stayed to listen to fans. Is that right? Wait a second, is Bianca Belair really? Okay. But I did see that video of Liv Morgan literally getting chased by the fans, or the people who are actually, wait for these stars to arrive at the airports to get their autographs. But I did see that video, and I saw how Liv Morgan took the time to sign every single item, so that was pretty cool of her. But, Bianca Belair, I understand that, it's definitely annoying as a fan, right, to see the people that you look up to not give time to you, not take the time out to greet you, to talk to you, to appreciate you. I understand that, but also sometimes you have to look at it from the perspective of the star, because a lot of times, they get approached by people who are not fans, but who are only looking to make a quick buck out of their fame, out of their autographs. And, sometimes the stars react in a way, not towards the fans, but towards those people, but they take it out on the fans. So, it's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. But here we are. What the hell is Seth Rollins wearing, and how is he looking from those glasses? Are those glasses actually see-through? Because I've got my doubts. I love that. Gary says, somebody please take a butter knife and cut me. I'm not going to do that, Gary, my brother. You're too precious. We're not going to do that. But I understand. Totally understand. This whole segment, it turned 360 degree really quickly. The announcement was total crap. Seth Rollins being here is absolute nonsense. I can totally relate. Miz always stayed in the spotlight. You're right, Ronda MG. When he said he had a big announcement, big star hosting Mania, I knew it had to be The Miz. Terrible. Rollins versus Logan Paul, that's right, true. I guess you have to build that up through The Miz, considering his history with Logan Paul. It makes sense. WrestleMania, yeah, that's right. Hosts don't do anything anyways. You're right, brother. I remember when, wait a second, was it? Yeah, they were not the hosts. No, it was Alexa Bliss. I believe Alexa Bliss and Hulk Hogan hosted it together, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah, they did. WrestleMania 35. I was live in attendance for that Mania, right? And I remember that we were all tired, right? We sat through almost like 6 hours or 7 hours, and we were about to get to the main event when R-Truth and Carmella came out, and they encouraged the people to stand up and do a dance-off or something. It was the funniest thing ever. I don't know if they actually showed that on TV, but they came out and they asked people to dance and, just... yeah, get their butts off the seats and, stretch out a little bit. That was funny. That was a long WrestleMania. Like, one day of WrestleMania, always very long. Nearly 12 hours long if you count, all the waiting that we have to do outside of the venue before getting in. It's crazy. It's a big day. Anyways. I really wonder who has a bigger closet. Guys, it's a genuine question. I'm asking everybody here. Really, and I'm not even joking, not trying to be sarcastic or funny. I really wonder who has a bigger closet at home, Seth Rollins or Becky Lynch? Who has more clothes? Who takes up the more space in the closet? What do you think? Let me know. Because, I'm looking at Seth Rollins and his fashion sense, and he usually wears those big jackets, big boots, big glasses. Becky Lynch as well. I really wonder who has the bigger closet. Alright, let's see. Alexa Bliss won't be seen till Mania, says Andy. I agree, brother. Sadly, she will not be. AJ, how many times Miss TV we had this year? A lot of times, and a lot more times than I would have liked to see Miss TV this year, a lot of times. And the reason why I don't really care about whatever is happening on the television screen right now is because I'm not super excited about Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. It's just not my cup of tea. Speaking of cup of tea, my tea's almost cold. Alright. Thank you, Seth Rollins. Thank you for that. Boot to the face of The Miz. The Miz goes down. The host of WrestleMania goes down, which means that we are also approaching the end of this ridiculous segment that was Miz TV WrestleMania edition. What a absolute waste of time this was. A real waste of time. Anyways, one thing's for sure. Miz is hosting WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is fighting. Oh my gosh, come on. Now Seth Rollins is going to pull a Tyler Breeze on all of us. He grabbed the phone of The Miz, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take a selfie, right? That's what he's going to do. He's going to pull a Tyler Breeze or Austin Theory on all of us. Come on. Come on. Like. Oh, wait. He's unlocking the phone. What the hell is he doing? Wait. Seth Rollins just unlocked the phone with the face of The Miz. Is he going to call Logan Paul? What the hell is happening here? Wait. I know, James, you're sick of the super kick. Oh, he's calling Logan Paul, right? He's pulling the Rock on all of us, like the Rock called CM Punk a few years ago off TV. Yeah, we saw it coming, did we not? Seth Rollins has just called Logan Paul, and you can see the phone right there. Alright. So I wonder how much is Logan Paul getting paid for this appearance via FaceTime on Raw? I wonder how much is he getting paid for it. A lot more than he probably deserves to get paid anyways. But wow, Seth Rollins has phoned Logan Paul with Miz's phone. Interesting. This shows that Logan Paul actually was not watching Raw, which speaks volumes about their show or the quality of their show. Their own stars don't take the time to watch the show. Sad. Elton John would be proud of those sunglasses. That's right, Gary. He definitely would be, brother. You're right. And love that totes. Thank you for that, brother. And Ricky says, I'm so lucky this year WrestleMania is tonight, not an 8-hour show, says Ricky. I get that. Yep. All right. Wow, and Seth Rollins out of nowhere, he just throws in the B word as he hangs up the call with Logan Paul. But one thing's for sure, guys, we're getting Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. And James, you might hit the super kick, but that super kick was so effective that Miz is still down. Poor guy, still not been able to get up. But here we are, of course, pointing to the WrestleMania sign, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul Mania. But before we go, Seth Rollins thanks The Miz with a curb stomp to the back of the head, and The Miz goes down. But Seth Rollins leaving a happy man. Oh, this guy's crazy. This guy's nuts. Look at the dance. Look at it. This guy's a freak. A total freak. Anyways, guys, it's been a good show tonight. Let's forget about this segment that even happened. But this has been a good show, no doubt about it. And here we are now with Kathy Kelly. By the way, the interview with Baron Corbin, we never saw the end of it, right? I mean, that interview was so rudely interrupted when Baron Saxton decided that Kevin Owens was a lot more important than Baron Corbin, and he left him hanging. So we haven't seen the end of that interview. That interview has still not been completed. I wonder if it will be completed tonight. I kind of am itching to do an interview with Baron Corbin only to pull off a number on him and also leave him hanging. I think that would be so funny. Hopefully I get to do that though. Hopefully. Anyways, let's see. We're now getting an interview here with the Damage Control. Of course, Bayley being the spokesperson for these two is talking for these two. They're going to be having a big match coming up. It's going to be Becky Lynch and Lita, who are looking to take away the titles from Damage Control tonight. And speaking of titles, here we are with the one and only Austin freaking Theory, who's going to be fighting most likely John Cena at WrestleMania. We're going to get the answer to it if that match is happening or not, because John Cena is coming back, and he will be back for, I believe, next week's show. So we'll see how that goes. But here we are, Austin Theory, of course, and a little bit of a conversation with Kathy Kelly. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Hello, Logan, this is Seth. How are you feeling, brother? Jake Paul. Ricky, that is so funny, yeah. Jake Paul. It's over for him, I guess. AJ West said throwing his picture up there. So, Toads, right? Whatever is happening on screen right now, I'm just trying to put a little bit of a screenshot of it right there so you guys can, all the people who are not watching it can get a glimpse of what's happening. So, only the stills, not the video, only the stills. Best part of the show, The Miz getting third star. I agree, Jeff. Yeah, that was a good part. Overall, this show is a 5 at best, says Bojets. The first hour for me was beautiful. It was like, how do I describe it? So, Alright, you know what, this is how I'm going to describe it. I don't know, guys, since we were talking about Starbucks like a couple weeks ago. Jonathan, are you still here? Alright, it says Starbucks. So, if you guys have ever ordered, a Frappuccino from Starbucks, right? Any Frappuccino, you'll see they put the cream on top, right? And then you have the rest of the Frappuccino. So I feel like this show started off like a Frappuccino. It had the cream on top, it had, all the smoothness, all of the good stuff at the top, and as you kept drinking on the cup, right, it just kept getting sweeter and sweeter, and to the point that it just made you sick. And I feel like that's what happened tonight. The show started off pretty good. It felt like it was getting better and better and better, but the quality was actually getting worse. I know it's weird to compare the show to a cup of Starbucks Frappuccino, but that's what it is. The show started off good, I feel, but it just got weirder and weirder as it kept going on. Anyways, coming up next is going to be another random match, which I believe somebody in the back thought that was going to be a sweet match, but it's a random match here between Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley, versus Elias. Let's see how this match goes. I don't have big expectations or big hopes from it, but we'll see how this goes. Bobby Lashley, Elias, it's taking place. It's taking place up next. We shall see how it goes, guys. Lashley looking good as he comes out here, obviously. Alright, let's see. John Cena fighting this. Oh, seems like it, Toad. Seems like it. Yep. I want Ronda and Shayna taking the belts from Damage Control, says Andy. It makes sense, brother. I mean, Shayna and Ronda as tag team champions would be unstoppable. And I feel like that's the match that should happen technically at WrestleMania. Ronda Rousey, she deserves, and I feel like her being there in the WWE and not having a big match at WrestleMania is going to be such a waste of talent and such a waste of money. If I was Triple H, I would put Ronda Rousey on the WrestleMania card in the Tag Team Championship bout. I think it makes sense, I mean, a lot of people in Hollywood would want to see Ronda Rousey, right, UFC fighter or whatnot. She's got a big name out there. People know her. No matter you're a wrestling fan or not, you know Ronda Rousey. So you want to put her in a championship match and you want to showcase her as an absolutely brutal star. And I feel like her being paired up with Shayna Baszler will allow her to do that, to be showcased as a brutal wrestler. So it should happen. Ronda and Shayna should take away the tag team titles from Damage Control at Mania. And as for Lita and Becky, just like you mentioned last week, Andy, these two are going to be better opponents than tag teams. So I hope that they, whatever friendship that they have ends tonight, and they actually go head-to-head at Mania. I really hope so, Andy. Let's see. Io Sky hotter than Asuka. Alright, Toads. Thanks for the analysis, I guess. Alright, went downhill after hour 1. Bojets, you were right. You're totally right, brother. John Cena fighting this guy. Yep. Here's the stupid podium in. It makes little sense, right? The whole podium stuff, I guess that they took it from Impact, right? The whole entrance of Bobby Lashley, 50, or should I say 40%, or maybe 35% of it is actually taken from Moose. Moose comes out in the very similar fashion, and they do it the same way, but of course they do it better because they've got the money, they've got the pyros, they've got the podium, they've got the lights. Impact makes the best out of what they have, but it's the same entrance. Moose and Lashley, they come out the very same way, that is for sure. Anyways, let's see what else do we have here. Let's take a look. Alright, Gary says, the only coffee I like is good caffeine Joe, or caffeinated Joe. Alright, I've never... Good caffeinated Joe. Is that a real coffee? I've never heard or tried it, Gary. Is that... Is that a joke in there, Gary? I'm a little slow with jokes sometimes. Or is it a real coffee? Let me know. Alright, but for me, I mean, for me, I used to love Frappuccinos, but it's been... 1 second, 18, 19... Actually, 24, 4 years, nearly 4 years since I've had a cup of Frappuccino. I've cut my sugar, I've cut off all that, sugary stuff, sodas, everything from my life. Actually, I haven't had a soda in 6 years. I haven't had a soda in 6 years. Yeah, That's right. And True says, looks like Theory versus Cena is actually happening. It's happening, brother True. Without a doubt, it's happening. For the U.S. title, Theory versus John Cena. John Cena coming back next week. You know, Theory being the U.S. champion. Looking so good. Looking so good, especially at Elimination Chamber. It's happening. No doubt about it. It is happening. And I feel like, you know, John Cena will actually take out the loss. He will lose the match. You know, I remember that somebody mentioned early on tonight that John Cena should not lose in LA. He should not lose at WrestleMania in Hollywood. But I think it's going to happen. You know, Cena also kind of an old school mentality guy. I don't think that this is going to be his last match, but I feel like he would have no problem taking the loss because it's going to be about passing the torch. A lot of comparisons have been made, you know, between Cena and Theory the past few months at least, and I feel like all of it will finally come to an end at WrestleMania. So I think it's happening. I think it's happening. Do you remember this Halloween? Austin Theory actually cosplayed as John Cena, and he looked much like him. He's gonna be defeating Cena at WrestleMania. I definitely think so. The torch is gonna be passed, and you know Theory did not seem like a likely candidate at first, but now looking at him, he's got the looks, he's got the passion. I think it could very well happen. Cena versus Theory, Mania, it's happening for sure, guys. It's definitely happening. Anyways, let's see what else do we have here. We are back from the commercial break, and lots of commercial breaks here tonight. Wait a second. What the hell? Wait, am I the only one who's so confused right now? What just happened? We came back from commercial, and it seemed to me that we were going to have the match between Lashley and Elias, but then we get picture-in-picture, not for a commercial break, but for a recap of what happened last Monday. I guess this is their weird way of building up to the match between Lashley and Wyatt, which makes no sense. They are on two different brands. We're getting this match. This whole thing makes no sense. This build-up, this picture-in-picture makes no sense. Stupid is the word that I'm going to use for it. Honestly, really, very stupid. Yeah. This is stupid, honestly. It makes no sense to me. Let me know how do you feel about this build-up to Lashley and Wyatt, but I feel like Wyatt being backstage and, you know, watching the match, I guess, and them, you know, showing a recap of it in picture-in-picture, it blows my mind at how stupid this is, but it makes no sense to me. Absolutely not. And now Cody is being handed everything, says Jeff. That's right. Exactly what's happening. No doubt about it. And he says, Moose copied Bobby Lashley, done it when he was in Impact. I see. That was put in context. Oh, dear. So first it was Bray Wyatt backstage, right? Now it's of course Rick Boogs also backstage, keeping. How are they gonna build two different storylines, two different, I believe, relationships, rivalries, whatever you want to call it, in the same exact freaking manner, right? Bray Wyatt observing the backstage, you know, obviously building up to the Lashley thing. And then it's Rick Boogs also observing the match backstage. Oh my, this is so stupid. It's giving me a headache right now. This is so stupid. This is wow. This, you know, sometimes I go speechless. The past Friday night's Firefly Funhouse made me go speechless. This whole booking is making me go speechless. I am so. I've got a tear in my eye right now. I'm so. That's right, Wyatt Private. I don't want to rant, but honestly, like, how are you gonna shamelessly, you know, build two different angles in the same exact way in the same exact minute? It makes no sense. Holy crap! I haven't had soda in 4.5. I love that, Andy. You know, soda-free life is a lot better life. Now Bobby Lashley's gonna grab the microphone and let's see what song is he gonna sing out to Bray Wyatt. Did we talk about this last week? Oh! The hell is happening, guys? The heck happened? I've got a tear in my eye. I've got to wipe it. I'm sorry. But this whole booking, the heck just happened right here. I'm so lost. What is happening? So they literally are building up this whole thing. Okay, now Bray Wyatt's... He's out here dancing. This is why Uncle Howdy hates Bray Wyatt. He's embarrassed of Bray Wyatt, right? He's embarrassed that he's ruining his family's name. Uncle Howdy is not really a creepy guy. He does not really need to wear a mask. He's just hiding his mask because he wants to save himself from being the embarrassment of being Bray Wyatt's uncle. That's why he wears a mask. This is so stupid. Oh my, now he's twerking. Who wants to tune into Monday Night Raw to watch Bray Wyatt twerking? All right. Yeah, this is a win. This has got to be a... Triple H really brought this guy back. Oh. All right. Alright, nice little video here. Bobby will hurt Wyatt. That's right, he'd better hurt Wyatt. You know what? The whole build-up makes very little sense to me, and the reason is that Bobby Lashley literally came out here, and what he said in this little promo that he cut was that he does not really want to fight Bray Wyatt. That's what he said. He does not really want a match against Bray Wyatt. That is what Bobby Lashley said. He said he wants a match against Brock Lesnar, but instead he's getting Bray Wyatt playing his little kid games. That is what he said. That is what he meant. He does not really want a match against Bray Wyatt, but he's getting it anyway, so he'll have to deal with it. What the hell was that? I mean, I thought, having a match at WrestleMania is something you should be desiring, something that should be a dream come true. But here he was, Bobby Lashley, basically telling us that he doesn't really want the match. I didn't get it. Did not understand. But anyways, here we are with these two ladies backstage, talking to Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce has enough, and he just walks out. Anyways, AJ remembered the glitches in wrestling. I remember all of that, Wyatt. I remember all of that. I do. Yeah, I'm sorry for the rant, but that whole thing made me go crazy. That's right. And Toads, once again, thank you for all the love, brother. And White Rabbit, I love you back. Outcomes, oh my gosh. If this night wasn't already enough for me, outcomes, oh my god, Otis is coming out here, and he's got Maxine Dupree escorting him to the ring. This is beautiful. What a beautiful sight is this. Oh my god. Maxine Dupree is cheering Otis on. You've got to be kidding me. Oh dear. Wow. Otis out here living his life. My gosh. You know what? This is too much. Oh, I'm loving tonight's show. This is genius. Oh dear. It's Vince fingers all over it, but in the end of the year, WWE is being sold. You're right, Andy. That's it. It's being sold. And there are people who are loving the whole Wyatt stuff too, so, respect to those. I can't say that I understand it, I tried to get into the whole thing. I tried to decode the codes, scan the QR codes. I tried to understand the logic behind it, but now it's come to the point where I just don't get Bray Wyatt. I don't get the dancing. I don't get the fireflies. I don't get anything that is Bray Wyatt, Maybe I'm not genius enough, but I just don't get it. And I can see there's a lot of big ol' eyes right here from Toads, from Ricky, right here for Otis, I assume. They're for Otis, right? They're for Otis. That's right. Agent, just give it time. That's right, White Rabbit. I think I just have to be patient with it. More of this male monograph. That's right. True. Exactly what I'm saying, right? Like, it's so good. Tonight's show has such a good rhythm to it because the first hour of the show was like, great stuff, right? It was like premium matches, premium storylines, after premium segments, after great stuff. It's like quality after quality after quality. The second hour of the show, especially ever since that Candice LeRae stuff happened, it's been garbage after, garbage, I guess. Sorry, Johnny Gargano. Sorry, Candice LeRae. After garbage, sorry, Miz and Seth Rollins. After, what just happened right here. Can I call it? I'll just call it craziness after craziness, right? So yeah, it's been like But you know, they've been on a roll. They have been consistent. The first hour was great. The second hour was crazy hot garbage. The third hour, let's see how it's gonna be. But wow, tonight's show they're definitely on a roll. They're onto something here tonight, for sure. I'm changing my name, AJ. I really feel embarrassed, bro. Like, this is White Rabbit. I'm sorry about that. No, don't change your name. That's okay. That's okay. We're all right. We're okay. Oh dear. But tonight's been something. Tonight definitely has been something. No, AJ, this is for it's for Maxine, Ricky. I thought those big ol' eyes were for Otis. But you know what? You know who's got those big ol' eyes for Otis? It's Maxine Dupree. Yep. She's in love. She is in love. Look at that lady. She's checking him out. That's what she's doing. She's checking him out. That's right. I don't like sushi either. I prefer shut the hell. That's right. Yep. Wow, but tonight has been something, guys. Gotta say that. It's been something. And I can see Toad's here also with those eyes full of love for Maxine. Love it. So glad I called dibs on Maxine long time ago. So hands off and eyes to the floor. I see you, James. Yep. Alright, Ricky also with so everybody's got a lot of love here for Maxine. I see. Andy says, I'm so glad I was in the best years of pro wrestling back in the 80s and the 90s, not this crap. Andy, my brother, I agree with you, you know. I definitely agree. I wasn't even born back then, you know, 80s, 95. I mean, but, you know, I've got to say, those were the better years. Even without me, I guess, back then. But yeah. They were good. How can you go from being trending at Extreme Rules in a great way, exactly what I'm saying, right? I mean, yeah, you know. If they show up another damn QR code for Bray Wyatt, I'm not going to scan it. Like, that's how much I've given up on the whole Bray Wyatt crap. I'm not going to scan another damn QR code if they show it up. I just can't. Andy, would you have loved the 60s and the 70s as Gary? There you go. Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's see what else we have here. I do, Gary, says Andy. She the new Mandy Rose. Well, you know, hopefully she's not going to end up being on OnlyFans. Hopefully not, because we're not going to be... Hopefully we're not going to be losing all these beautiful women to OnlyFans. We shouldn't, right? We should not. Anyways, Adrian... Yeah, that's right, Totes. That's right. Yep. Alright, with that being said, it is Gargano now who's going to be coming out. Let's see. If Gargano's man... Oh, wow. I was wondering if he's going to be man enough to actually step up to fight Otis, right? This guy. I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard to beat somebody like him. But let's see how this goes down. Gargano versus Otis should be an interesting match. But Maxine has got some big eyes right here for Otis. I think it's great. You know, I think this whole thing is beautiful. It just, I feel it goes on to show that, you know, this whole world of modeling and glamour and everything is not just limited to people that are of a certain shape or size. It's open for everybody, right? Even people for the size of Otis or Maxine or Massey or what's his name, Mansois. Anybody can be a superstar. Anybody can be a model. And that's the kind of a message that they're kind of trying to send across here. And that's a beautiful message. It's very low key. You don't see it until you realize it, but it's out there, and I think that's beautiful. Anyways, here we are. Otis is actually having... Wow, Otis has got the upper hand. Gargano is getting squashed at the hands of Otis, and that's why I call him trash. That's why I'm not a fan of Gargano. Not consistent, just not impressive in the ring, for me at least. But yeah, that's why Maxine Dupree has her eyes on Otis and not Gargano. For a reason, guys, for a reason. And I was born in 81, so I've watched good wrestling, not this crap. That is why I appreciate AEW so much, says James. I understand that, brother. I totally do. That's right. You've watched some great wrestling, brother. Absolutely. No, Kato Selena Del Rente ruled MLW. Anybody watches MLW here? Anyone? Let me know. AJ, I can't believe. Wait a second. What does Maxine see and notice? Toads. There's a lot to see and notice. I'll tell you, there's a lot to see and notice. She sees and notice what Mandy Rose saw and notice. She sees and notice what Chad Gable sees and notice every single week when he comes out and kisses him on the cheek. She sees and notice, I don't even know, incredibleness, I guess. Incredibleness. I don't know if that's a word, but I just created it. Wyatt says, AJ, I can't believe Bray Wyatt has failed completely. Everything felt awful. They should have never brought him back. You know what? If Wyatt Rabbit says that, he really is a mess. It really is. So Bray Wyatt really stepped up his game, because if Wyatt Rabbit has given up on him, you know the world has given up on him. So that's that. And it was Gargano goes diving to the outside, but Otis grabs him right there, and once again throwing him, tossing him straight onto the table of the commentators, and showing off to Maxine. Oh my gosh, look at this chemistry that these two share. Look at the eyes of Maxine. Look at the body language. She is in love. She's in love. As a full-figured man, we need exactly, Gary. Exactly. We need models. We do. We do. I love still listening to Selena's music, says Andy. Oh, that's nice. All right. Yep. And do you think Cena will accept Austin Theory US? Absolutely, Mustafa. No doubt about it. I'm absolutely. Wait, what the hell is what the hell is happening here? Holy crap! What is this? I am so I'm surprised. Actually, I'm very surprised. Every single person that actually called out tonight has shown up, right? I mean, every single one of them. Dexter shows up, Gargano shows up, Candice LeRae shows up. Every single one of the guys that I called out tonight, they all showed up tonight. Proving me wrong, I guess. Anyways, here we are. Maxine is not happy to see what's happening. Gargano's got the upper hand. Otis a little bit dazed, a little bit dizzy. Maxine, oh my gosh, brutal DDT here from Gargano to Otis. Otis goes down, Gargano going for the cover. And with that being said, he breaks the heart of Otis. He breaks the heart of Maxine Dupree. Gargano gets the victory, and you can blame Dexter Lumis for that. Gargano here with a big victory over Otis. That DDT was so brutal that it almost hurt to see. Poor Otis. His heart's been crushed. I'm pretty sure Maxine Dupree feels crushed as well. But anyways, Gargano is victorious, so he can be. This is why I hate Gargano. Always crushing hearts. Always crushing dreams. This guy is a criminal. Anyways, Dwight Roberts says, AJ, they could have easily did Priest, Bray and Edge versus Finn and Priest. Exactly, right? Exactly. I mean, there's a lot better stuff that they could have done. But anyways, I believe that Gargano is going to have a good night. But Maxine, poor lady. That's right, Jace. Loomis, that's correct. It's Wins Prince all over with using of Bray Wyatt and many others. Yeah, Andy. I do believe so too. We got Broman in the house. My brother, good to see you. Broman says, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu, AJ. What is that about, Broman? What is that about? You don't have to, put any pizzas in the chat or something. You don't have to do that. Anyways, wait a second. What do we have here? We got Kathy Kelly backstage. Is she gonna embarrass? Oh, I thought she was gonna embarrass Baron Corbin, but she's not doing that. All right. So I've got a question about Paul Heyman, right? So, since Roman Reigns is not here, and, I mean, I've really got a good question. I think I've got a good question, right? Jey Uso's not here. We know Roman Reigns is not here tonight, right? So what does he do sitting for 3 hours inside the office of the Bloodline with Jimmy and Solo? Like, they are two angry men. And this guy is an angry old man. So what do these three people do inside the office for 3 hours of Raw? Do they play Tetris? What do they do in there? Really am wondering here. I'm really wondering, right? I think it's a good question, though. I prefer watching XFL over Raw, says Andy. That's a big one. Anybody been watching XFL, by the way, these days? Because I've seen XFL has been trending on Twitter. It's been getting fans. Anybody has been watching it? Let me know if you have, guys. Let me know if you are watching XFL. Alright, anyways, we're going to be getting up next. It's going to be a tag team match for the titles. A match that a lot of people have been looking forward to. We're going to get Becky Lynch and Alita versus Damage Control for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And you know what? Surprisingly, it is the main event, and it is time for the main event because already it's like 9 o'clock right now. We got about 30 minutes left before we go to the before we are going to be going off the air, and I'm surprised. I've got to say, big up to the Raw tonight. big up to the WWE because tonight's show flew by, guys. Even though second hour was a hot mess, it almost made me break into tears because of the mess it was. The time flew by. I had a fantastic time, and I hope you did too, but I had a great time watching the show. It was fantastic. Really was. Alright, let's see. Hope you're doing well, AJ Broman. I'm doing great. Better than ever now that you're here and everybody's here. I'm always good when the family is here together. Keeps getting worse and worse. Well, let's see, brother, how this match is going to be. The main event's going to be. I've got some high expectations, but we shall find out. AJ, who's the Tsunami? Wait a second, wrestler. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean Rich Wrestler does the Tsunami? I believe. Oh, you like him too, I see. Alright, Toads. Broman, appreciate you here. You're awesome, Toads. Thank you for that. And Gary says, you know, what comes after WrestleMania, don't you? Massive layoff, says Gary. So, do you predict anybody getting laid off? You know, actually, it's funny because I was talking to JTG. And this used to be a thing back in the day. They kind of like paused it for a little bit, and now they're doing it again, I guess. But this really used to be a thing back in the day. And JTG used to say that, you know what, after WrestleMania, everybody's nervous because, you know, everybody knows the layoff's coming and we don't know who's going to get released. And we're all trying to be our very best. But after WrestleMania, all the stars are nervous. So, yeah, I did talk to him about it. And he said, yeah, after Mania, it's always time of nervousness. And, everybody's anxious about what's going to be happening, what the future holds for us. AJ, might sound crazy, but NXT and SmackDown is what is going for WWE right now. NXT ratings have been growing better, says Wyatt Rabbit. I agree. I mean, NXT is doing great, and yeah, they're doing fantastic. But hopefully, I'm probably gonna sound selfish right now, and probably will, but I'll say it. I hope that they keep Braun Breaker in NXT forever, because he's helping the ratings. No, I'm joking. I don't want Braun Breaker on the main roster because I feel like I find him annoying. I find Braun Breaker annoying because he never loses, right? He barely loses. He's always at the top. I find his voice annoying. I find his singlet annoying. I find his mustache annoying. I find Braun Breaker a little bit annoying. Yeah. So to see him on the main roster, top of the card, with his singlet and everything, it's not going to work out for me. I can say it already. I don't think that I'm going to... no, I can't. I'd rather watch Otis being the world champion than Braun Breaker at this point. I don't want to see Braun Breaker on the main roster dominating quite like the way he's been dominating on NXT. I don't want to see it. Yeah. Breaker is the past. NXT hates him, says James. Oh, that's good to know. Where are dogs at, says White Rabbit. Oh, brother. We got Mustafa here. Mustafa. Good to see you. Welcome, brother. All right, and Broman says, Totes, thank you, brother. You too. Love that. Andy says, AG the best. Brother, you're the best, and the family is the best, of course. XFL pretty good, and you just got to give it a chance, says Gary. All right, I'll definitely try to. The sad part is that we don't have access to XFL here, so... I'll just have to go to those shady streaming websites to get XFL. So that's the one thing that stops me from consuming American football, because they just don't, air it here. But hopefully one day. Let's see. Baron Corbin, the Viking Raider, Skid Row. They come to mind right at the top, says Gary. Those are very good picks. Of course, with Baron Corbin, everything that's been happening, right? If you talk about all these weird interviews where he just, gets interrupted because something more important is happening or somebody more important is walking past by, I'm sorry, and the interview just leaves him hanging. I wonder if this is a build-up to his character or if he's getting punished for rubbing somebody off the wrong way, because this is a very interesting way of really booking him right at this point. So I really wonder what is happening. Did he piss JBL off? Did he piss somebody else off? What is happening? I really do wonder. The one thing that I was very curious about when I saw JBL being paired up with this guy Baron Corbin was that both of these two people are known for being bullies. I spoke to the Authors of Pain, as you know, and they told us about the tale of them getting bullied by Baron Corbin and how he usually talks down on the newcomers. We know JBL has a history of bullying, so them getting paired up together, was interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did something together backstage, rub somebody out the wrong way, which is why JBL left and now Baron Corbin is being treated like the way he is. So I do smell something fishy, but we shall see. Of course, right now it is Damage Control and Becky and Lita getting ready for this tag team title match coming up. Alright, and Ronda AG says, Braun Breaker call up after WrestleMania likely, says Ronda AG. It makes me nervous. It definitely does make me nervous. Very, very nervous, brother, without a doubt. Braun Breaker sounds like his uncle. He does, Andy. You're right. He does. Like, the voice is exactly the same. You're totally right, brother. Absolutely. Anyways, guys, it is time, or nearly time, for the main event. Let's see how this goes. But before we get there, we're going to waste a little more time by showing a clip of what happened early on tonight between Lashley and MVP. Honestly, I'll say this. I'm watching this clip right now, and it feels like it just happened a few minutes ago, but it's actually been a little over, I guess, about 2 hours ago, right? So it's crazy. Tonight's show has been good. I mean, it's been very fast. It's been fluid. Not really boring, right? It's been irritating, but not been boring, which is great. So, where I stand right now, I'm gonna give this show, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 from where I'm standing right now, actually. Yeah. But it's official. We already got the graphics and everything, so you know it's official. We're getting Brock versus Omos, a match that nobody wanted, but we're all getting it. And this match is going to be happening to please the casuals. You never ever a match like this happens when a giant is facing another giant. It just makes me feel like this match is happening for the casuals, for the pops. You know, you'll only see these kind of matches happening in time for Saudi Arabia or in time for WrestleMania, because that is when most of the casuals or first-timers tune in. And they want to impress them with the spectacle that they put on, which is how we're getting this match. Anyways, next week we're going to get Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. Of course, they're building up to the Tag Team Championship thing, so we shall see how this happens. Also, how Jimmy Uso will be brought back in. Jey Uso will be brought back in, I'm sorry. It will be very intriguing. Let's see. Breaker will never be as... Exactly what I'm saying, James. He can sound like his uncle, he can talk like him, but he'll never be as good as him. I agree. Taking nap, wake me up in a few. Alright, brother, I'll wake you up in a few, my brother. Okay, that's it, true, James, says Andy. I agree with you guys. You know, he's been given like 2 years now. 2 years, right? 2 years of NXT. Yeah, and, you know, at first he was fine, but then he got irritating. Now I cannot tolerate him, so... yeah, I don't see him being super crazy. Anyways, next week it's going to be John Cena is going to be making his return to Monday Night Raw, where he most likely will be confronting Austin Theory, or Austin Theory will confront him instead, and we're going to get this match at Mania. So, let's see. Next week, Boston, Massachusetts, John Cena makes his return. Of course, West Newbury, Massachusetts, John Cena brought up in the states of MA, and that's where he's going to be coming back. He's going to get a big, massive pop from his hometown crowd of Massachusetts. Coming up next is Becky Lynch making her way out. She's actually making her solo entrance right now, and she will be followed by Lita also making the solo entrance. Of course, they're not a real tag team yet, and you know that's why not entering the ring together, obviously. I'm pretty sure that they're going to explode tonight, and this whole thing is going to turn into a one-on-one at Mania, much like Andy predicted last week. But Andy says they sure did, Gary. My rating still for Raw is 3. Andy is not impressed. For me, you know, I hate it, guys. I hate it when we're watching Raw and time does not fly, right? Time is like... it comes to a standstill. It's painful to watch. That is when I hate it the most. Like, I hate nothing more than watching a super boring episode of Raw that's filled of commercial, of picture-in-picture, and nothing else. I hate it. But tonight, I never felt something like that. You know, I felt like the show was great, fluid, not boring at all. I had a good time. You know, but one thing's for sure, they're wasting time right now. And the way I can say that is because they went to commercial, they came back, they gave us some stupid recaps, and then they gave us entrances for Becky and Lita, and now they're going to commercial again. When they come back, they give us an entrance for the Damage Control, and they'll waste even more time. So, even though this match could have been a solid 30 minutes match, they've already managed to waste 10 minutes. They're going to waste another 5 minutes in this commercial. When they come back, they're going to give us another commercial. So, a match that could have been easily 30 minutes long, it's only going to be 10 minutes long. So, definitely a way to do it. You know what, James? It's great that you're taking a nap right now, because this is nap worthy, right? These amount of commercials and time wasting, it's not worth it. Yeah. Alright, over or under 4 commercials? You know, we already have got 2, and the match hasn't even started, so that's that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least 2 more, or at least 1 more, so we'll see. Rebecca and Amy versus... That's right, sure, that is correct. And my prediction for this match is what Andy predicted earlier. It's got to be an explosion. These two are going to explode, is what I feel. Once again, Vince McMahon finger... I agree. Yeah, even the commercials and the placement of the commercials. Vince McMahon, right? Or Nick Khan. Yeah. So, a bit of a controversial question here for everybody, right? For everybody. I was talking to a promoter. I'm not gonna mention him. You probably already know. I was talking to a promoter, right? So, and he's a real one, right? He says it as it is. He speaks his mind. He has no filters. He just says it as he sees it. And he says, AJ, I run a show. I sell tickets. He says, I sell like 600 tickets, 700 tickets for every single show. And he says, if I stack my show up with women's matches, I sell 300 tickets. If I stack up my show with male matches, matches with all the men, and one women's, feature match, it sells 600. So that's what he told me. And he says that, the women's matches, they don't sell. People come to autograph signing with the women in it, but wrestling, a lot of people, independent fans especially, that's what he said, they don't buy wrestling show tickets for women's matches. What do you guys think here? Do you agree with that? Do you feel like women's matches are not on par with the male matches, that they don't deserve to be the main event? Or do you agree with that? Or do you not disagree with that? Let me know your take. But this is what I got from, a promoter friend of mine. Yeah. But these are statistics that, of course, he shared. Well, let me know. What do you think? Finn Balor needs to bring back the demon, says Mustafa. Unfortunately, there's only one way. Once McMahon will go away, says Gary. Yeah, and we don't want to talk about that, however. That's gonna be unfortunate. But we're just always praying for our people and always wishing the best for people, their health and everything. So that's it. That's all. We want nothing. We want nothing but great things for everybody. That's it. Everybody should do well and should stay healthy and be happy. That's it. But Vince McMahon should let us stay happy and actually step away and let Triple H run the company, because he does it in a pretty good way. Anyways, Andy says he might be doing that at Mania against Edge in Hell in a Cell. Mustafa says, Andy, it might happen. That's right. I prefer watching certain women's matches over men's. I agree, Andy. I mean, it depends, right? For me, I feel like you can't really say that matches belonging to men are better than women, because it depends on the stars that you're talking about, right? Like, of course, if it's a Becky Lynch match or a Sasha Banks match or a Charlotte Flair match, I am tuning in. I'm buying the tickets for it, right? So, I mean, what are you talking about? For me, it depends on who's wrestling, irrespective of the gender. That's what I feel. And James says, you give people good women's matches, people asses will fit the seats to... I agree as well. I believe that, from the point of view of the promoter, this is what I feel. I feel like they probably fill up the shows with, like, women that people don't know about. So why would people buy the tickets? So that's what I feel. And that's right, Renaissance. I'm with you on this, Andy, James, and I believe everybody here has the same point of view, that it depends on the stars, not the gender. I agree. And main event time indeed, Renaissance. It is main event time, and also we're about 33 days away from WrestleMania, and we're like 17 days away from 2K23, the video game, I think. Not a fan of WWE's video games, but I guess we'll have to buy it, and we'll play it, and we'll check it out. But again, I'm not a fan of WWE games. Alright, anyways, let's see. By the way, I also have to say that IGN recently put up a video of the AEW game that is coming up hopefully soon. And they put up a video of this gameplay match of between Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page. And I have to say that the gameplay looks great. But, the graphics, it's a big step down. So, I'm really on the fence. I don't like the WWE gameplay, but I like the AEW gameplay, but I'm not loving the graphics. So, I really am in such a dilemma right now. But let's see. We're going to be buying both the games. We're going to be reviewing both the games, and let's see what happens. But anyways, here we are. It is Damage Control coming out. Of course, just like I said, this could have easily been a nice 30-minute match. But they wasted the first 15 minutes in entrances, commercials, recaps. We're only going to get another 15 minutes left here before the match starts, and we're going to get a commercial, or at least a commercial and a picture-in-picture in the middle of all of it. So this match, obviously, is not going to come to a clean end. It's got to be ending with somebody turning on somebody. That's it. Dakota needs to earn some buffets. Right? Oh, wow. She definitely, has lots, really thin, very thin. And James says, Fight Forever finally got the rating. That's right. They got the T14. You know, they had to get rid of some of the blood for the sake of that rating, which is fine. You know, it's a fair trade. So hopefully the game will come out soon. You know, hopefully it will. And are you going to play? Yes, Mustafa. I will be playing it. 2K23, we will be playing the game together. That's right. My dream is to wrestle Storm. Oh, wow. Alright, Renaissance. I see. We gotta keep it PG, Renaissance. We gotta keep it PG. Alright. Okay, anyways, Mike Rome here. You know, Mike Rome has kind of grown on me. At first, I hated the guy, but he's kind of grown on me. He's alright. He's fine. You know? Unlike the guys on commentary, I can tolerate Mike Rome. He's fine. Dakota is the slimmest Samoan I've ever... She is slim for sure, but she's super impressive. Speaking of Dakota, it just hit my mind. I would love to see a match between Dakota Kai and Jamie Hayter one day. I think it'd be a fabulous match. Yeah, but she is slim. She is slim. Actually, true. Now that you mentioned it, I'm looking at her and, you know, kind of concerned too. You're right, she is thin. If I was Becky Lynch, I'd be scared before hitting her because you never know. She's super thin. Anyways, this should be a good match for the Tag Team Championship. A 10 minutes match at least. Or actually, no, we only have 14 minutes left, so I believe a 14 minutes match. But let's see. Dakota is an Aussie. Aussie, that's right. Okay, let's see what happens. Becky Lynch and Io Sky are actually starting the match off, circling around the ring, staring down at each other. Bayley with a little bit of distraction as well, and it's happening. Alright, Bayley showing off those biceps. With the upper hand right now, grabs the arm of Io Sky. Nice damage to the arm, targeting the arm right now. Twists it. Once again, the arm in... Oh dear. She's got to go for the tag. Of course. She's doing it for the pops right now. The fans are excited. You know, they're playing with the fans. They're having fun. At the expense of damage control. Tag's been made. Lita steps in. The fans go crazy. Dakota's so underrated. Yep. Alright. So, you know, the fact that we're getting this match right now, that Lita is in action, not on a pay-per-view on Raw, it's clear. I'm going to be super surprised if they win tonight. But let's see. Nice shoulder tackle here from Lita. Because if they had to win the titles, you know, if this match would be happening at WrestleMania. The fact that it's happening tonight, it goes on to show bigger things in store. Andy, you were right. It's got to happen. It's got to be Becky and Lita at Mania. Alright, Io goes running right there to Lita. Lita with a kick to the midsection. Tags in Becky Lynch once again. They're getting the pops from the fans at the expense of Io Sky. And nice suplex right here for the two. Going for the cover is Becky Lynch. Going for the cover. And Io Sky kicks out. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. With that being said, once again, Becky Lynch gets Io Sky back up on her feet here. Tag to Lita. Lita steps in. Io Sky in trouble. Nice Irish whip from the two of the ladies here. Gets Io Sky up and down she goes. We've got about 12 minutes before the show's got to be off the air. Dakota Kai gets in here. Once again, she gets taken care of as well. And Lita and Becky Lynch taking care of damage control. Doing pretty good together right here. They got to go for the Bulldog. They're not. Actually, Irish whip to Io Sky right there to Dakota Kai. Both of them single out in the corner, and great tag team work from both Becky and Lita. Very good job. Io Sky in trouble, Dakota Kai being taken care of ringside, grabbing both of them by the hair. There you go, Lita and Becky with those big shots to the heads of Dakota and Io. Damage control is definitely being damaged right now. Love Lita, but definitely she lost her stuff. It's true, you know, of course, it's the age, it's the, you know, lack of practice, a little bit of the ring rust. It shows, right? No matter the surgeries, no matter the makeup, no matter the outfit, the energy. I mean, I appreciate the energy, right? Definitely, she's fantastic. But again, we have to agree, age definitely shows one day, and it shows tonight, right? So can't deny that. Cannot deny that. Anyways, with that being said, guys, we knew it was coming. And oh boy, it came a lot sooner than I had imagined. A commercial break. Yet another commercial break right here. We are 10 minutes away from the show going off the air. This match, I cannot take it seriously. I just cannot. By the way, commercial break from Amazon right now is what I have. Does anybody else have a commercial, or do you guys have picture-in-picture? Because for me, I'm getting a full-on commercial break, and I hate it. Anyways, guys. Yeah. once again, I've got to say thank you for being here. As always, my brothers, had a great time. I've been having a great time watching the show with all of you. It's been a great show, and really have had a lot of fun watching the show tonight. I bet Trish Stratus is coming out. Now, White Rabbit, I love it. I love it. I mean, I love Trish Stratus. I think she's fantastic. But if Trish comes out, does this turn into a triple threat, or what's going to happen at Mania if Trish comes out? How does she add to the whole equation? It's interesting. You know, it's super interesting. By the way, the original plan for 2 years was for Becky Lynch to fight Ronda Rousey for the championship at WrestleMania. This had been the plan for years. And Becky Lynch even did an interview last year in time for WrestleMania 38, where she said that next year she's going to be fighting Ronda Rousey in LA. But of course, Ronda Rousey has not been able to stay up there at the top. She's not been able to, become champion for a long time. She's not been able to be a fan favorite. So she has not been able to keep up at the same level as Becky Lynch has. So that's why Becky Lynch is doing something even bigger now. That is Lita and possibly Trish, while Ronda Rousey is doing something else. But the original plan that had been for 2 years was for Becky to fight Ronda in Hollywood. So that's that. I'm just getting for men commercial. I see. Yeah, full on commercial right now. Me too, James. Yep. Lita was beautiful and tough lady back in the day. Now she is all for wrestling, says Mustafa. Age, it's like nobody is free from the cycle of aging, right? Everybody ages, and that's just a normal process. It's a very human thing to do, but I gotta give props to Lita for looking so good and being able to do what she's doing even now. So, good stuff. But again, wrestling is a very physically demanding sport, so that's that. Always do. You do great. Thank you, my brother Andy. Thank you. You're awesome. I want to be able to do this without you. I'll tell you this right now. Your support means so much, and everybody else's support. Thank you. By the way, guys, trivia is coming back, and it's coming back in a big way. We're going to be having trivia, and, I'm working on a plan right now, but the trivia is coming. It's coming back in a big way, and you don't want to miss out. So, yeah, trivia. It's coming here, so don't miss out on it. Make sure you're gonna be the trivia champion. The trivia championship is getting a little bit of a revamp here, and I cannot wait for you all to check it out. But trivia is coming back. Alright, Trish Stratus comes out, then it'll be a trios match at Mania then. I wouldn't mind that, Andy, because I feel like so far we don't have a trios match scheduled for Mania, or it looks like it's gonna be scheduled for Mania. So if this happens, Becky, Lita, Trish, heck yeah, let's do it. Why not? Trish's rematch she would love to face is Britt Baker in AEW. I can see the chemistry that they would share in the ring, actually. Britt Baker oozes personality. She's so good. So, and so is Trish. So full of personality. I'd love to see it. By the way, why do they never call up, ladies like Tori Wilson back? I would love to see Tori Wilson in a singles match. Tori Wilson, Maria Kanellis, fantastic ladies. I would love to see them back one day. Anyways, here we are, double DDT right here from Becky Lynch, going for the cover. I'm not just talking about a Royal Rumble appearance or something random. I'm talking about a nice match, just like Lita is doing right now. Age of Best Talker, my brother Mustafa, thank you. You guys flatter me. Thank you. And Gary says, unless there is a title change, that's not this match. We'll do, wait a second. Unless there's a title change, there's not this match we'll do to change the outcome of the show. I agree. Brother, I agree. We only have 7 minutes left now. We don't have enough time to really be able to do something big. I was anticipating an explosion here between Becky and Lita, but again, looking at this right now, I don't feel like we have enough time to be able to do something crazy. And White Rabbit says, AJ, give props to Taya Valkyrie. She's playing her cards, staying free agent. Taya is special. She's a great talent. And she's a free agent. But, being a free agent doesn't mean that she's not making money. So, you can be a free agent, but you can still make money. I believe that Taya gets paid close to... I don't want to actually put a number because I'm not very sure. But I believe that she gets paid a decent amount. I think that somebody mentioned to me one day, a promoter mentioned to me once how much she gets paid per date. But I think she makes a decent living, yeah. And also her, her husband and everything that he's doing, the project that he's involved in, they're doing fine for themselves. But where do they end up going eventually? We'll find out. And AJ Lady Frost is at Ring of Honor tapings. Lady Frost being there will be a big up. Of course, Lady Frost's first appearance ever. Her first, I believe, a wrestling match was on Raw, I believe, if I'm not wrong. A wrestling match in front of an audience. So Lady Frost is definitely also very special, very gifted, great talent. Also heavily criticized for being able to get so much fame and success in such a short time. And reading the match belts, not changing tonight. Yeah, James, absolutely not. It's not. The match belt, the belts are not changing hands. We only have 5 minutes left. They're not changing hands. An explosion also, I don't see it's going to be happening. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. No, absolutely not. Lady Frost, she is hot and good wrestling too, says Ricky. That's right. She's good. She's gifted. Will my auntie... wait a second. Will my auntie, she was beautiful back in the day, sister of my mother. Alright, Mustafa. Sweet. Alright, anyways, here we are. And now it seems like it is Io and Bayley who are working together, taking out Becky Lynch, going for the cover. Oh, wow. And going for the cover, and Dakota Kai could not, keep her down. Becky Lynch kicks out. Dakota Kai not looking too happy, as we see right there. But great teamwork. The tables have kind of turned around. Once again, we've got about 4 minutes left. Let's see how this goes. Oh, Alley Catch is good. She's interesting. Alley Catch can do some brutal stuff. She's not afraid of blood. She's not afraid of going out there using any weapons. She's interesting. Obviously very special. There's not a lot of people like her, wrestlers like her. Alley Catch is special. Yeah, she's good. All right, going for the tag here is Becky Lynch trying to get to it, trying to get to Lita, closer and closer, so close but still so far, and Becky Lynch trying to elbow strike Dakota Kai, but Dakota Kai is not going to give up. She's not going to let go of Becky. Becky's got to go for the third one, but the third forearm is not always a charm, and Becky Lynch thrown to the corner, and Becky with a counter, double clothesline, both from Becky as well as from Dakota. Both of the ladies down right now, and both of them trying to crawl over to their respective corners and make the hot tag. I think we're going to see a double hot tag right here, and you should check out WoW Women's Wrestling from YouTube. Del Rey, oh yeah, WoW Women's Wrestling, they're good. Yeah, one of my friends, PCW Ultra, of course. They unfortunately them and WoW Women's Wrestling shared the same ring announcer. What a great guy he was. Unfortunately, he was involved in a very unfortunate accident, I believe end of last year, and he's no longer with us. But what a great guy he was. Him and PCW involved with Women's Wrestling, they shared the same announcer. What a great guy. Anyways, Lady Frost is nice in the ring. She really is. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, you guys were right. You guys were right. Trish Stratus, it is. Trish Stratus is here. Oh, wow. So, you guys were all right. Trish Stratus did make her way out, and she's taking out Damage Control, really adding some more damage to it. I guess the titles are not going to change hands eventually, after all. DQ and whatnot should probably happen. She takes out Bayley. She hugs it out with Lita. I don't know if this is going to lead to a DQ eventually, but let's see. But Trish Stratus is here. We will be getting a triple threat, most likely, at WrestleMania, much like you guys predicted. Becky Lynch versus Lita versus Trish. Seems like it's going to be the reality. Yep. Yes, right, Rabbit. You said it. You told us so. Yeah. Love it. Oh, you think it's going to be a trios tag match? Now that is interesting. I was expecting a triple threat, but you think it's going to be a trios tag is interesting. Anyways, Lita going for the cover on Io Sky. Io Sky kicks out. Lovely Lita and Trish, the dish. That's right, Gary. They are here. They are indeed right here, as we see. Alright, with that being said, once again, Io Sky sends Lita into the ring. She is looking to put this to an end. Let's see if this will actually be put to an end right here. Nice. Good job here. Oh dear. It's a twist of fate from Lita. Are we actually going to see the titles changing hands? Because that is something I didn't expect would happen. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, did not see that coming at all. Are you kidding me? Wow. I was so wrong about this. I was wrong about. You know what? I actually like when I'm wrong, but James says it was an absolutely stupid decision. I'm not sure where this is headed, guys. I'm not sure. But Becky Lynch and Lita are the new women's tag team champions. I am a little bit speechless, to be honest. And Trish Stratus, of course, she helps them pick up the victory, gain the advantage over damage control, even the odds, and they're the new champions. I don't get it. I really don't understand this. Where are we headed to WrestleMania now? What is next? Victorious new champions Lita and Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus raising their arms up in victory. But again, where is this headed to WrestleMania? Trish will heal up, says True. She will, but is she gonna form an alliance with somebody else? Trish Stratus, and you know what? I'll tell you what. If you want to really sell tickets at Mania, if you really want people to buy the pay-per-view, give us Trish and Beth Phoenix versus Lita and Becky. Yeah, that would be great. And have Edge in the corner of Beth Phoenix. That will be some real-life drama added to some wrestling. That would be incredible. Would love that. James gives it a 1 out of 10. I like that. Ricky says, wow. Alright. Trish will heal up. Indeed, true. I agree with that. Someone Ronda is mad, says Ricky. You know it, brother. Thunder Rose the stream right now. Alright, my brother Romit. Have a good night. Take care. 5 out of 10, says Gary. I'm gonna give it a solid 7, actually, because I feel like the show flew by, right? Time flew by. I must say, horrible main event. I mean, apart from the Trish Stratus appearance, the main event was weak, was slow, wasn't great wrestling there, and lots of commercials. Horrible main event, great show overall, messy second hour, but I had a great time anyways. I was entertained, and at the end of the day, the question is, are you entertained? I was entertained. Thanks to all of you as well, so I had a great time. Thank you once again, Ramen. Take care, and everybody, thank you once again for being here. True, Ricky, James, White Rabbit, Mustafa, my brother Andy, James, everybody, thank you so much for being here. You guys are all awesome. Run DMG, every single one of you. Gary, my man, D-Sing, all of you guys. Renaissance, all of you, thank you so much for being here. You guys are the very, very best, and what a great time we had tonight, right? Toads, Burrow Man, Toads, my man, you're awesome. All of you, thank you so much for being here, and let's see what else do we have here. Andy says, so we are getting Lita Becky versus Ronda Shayna. It doesn't add up, Andy. It does not add up, right? It would be great, right? Ronda Shayna would be great, but where does Trish Stratus go from here? Is what I'm wondering. Is she gonna be involved or is she not? So let's see. Damage Control never did anything with the belts. It's true. They were just placeholders. They just carried the titles while Sasha and Naomi were gone. So they just kept it relevant, I guess. They saved it from its own misery, I guess. So that's what happened. Still Raw rating 3, says Andy. Alright, 10 out of 10, says Ricky. I like that, brother. I like the optimism here, the positivity. Andy, that's right. See ya. Have a good night. I'll see you Wednesday night, my brother. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ricky. 10 out of 10 for the watch along. Thank you. And AJ rocks. No, Toads, you rock. Thank you. Thank you. More on Dynamite this Wednesday. Dynamite should be good. It should be great. Best part of tonight, Raw was commentary. Thank you for that, James. Thank you, brother. Mustafa says, thank you, AJ. No, thank you, Mustafa. Thank you, brothers, for being here. Had a great time indeed. And guys, don't forget, Trivia comes back very soon. And, of course, prediction title on the line this weekend. Thank you once again, guys, for being here. Had a great time. Yeah, new tag team champions, Lita and Becky. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Sleep well. And I'll see you all on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Thank you. And have a good night. Toads, Ricky, everybody. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.